Where's my room? I can't find it anywhere.
You really think you have a room here? That's hilarious. Seriously, who do you think you are?
Wait, are you just messing with me? This feels really strange. I didn't prepare anything for some kind of act. I don't even know what you want from me.
What are you talking about? There's no act. What's going on in your head?
You're joking, right? This has to be some sort of self-introduction gag or something. It has to be. You must know who I am. Why else would you be saying, "Who are you?" This feels like some sort of test of humor. Do I need to step it up?
A humor test? What are you talking about? Look, here's the deal. We don't like the way you do things. Whether you're just clueless or what, you just don't fit in with our family.
Seriously? Are you back to that mode again?
What do you mean, that mode?
You know, that annoying "you're such a burden" mode. Like I'm some kind of garbage mother-in-law. You pull that on me sometimes. Is it really enjoyable for you?
Annoying burden like a garbage mother-in-law? That's a new one. Why not just say I'm regular garbage? Why the resource garbage label? What's wrong with garbage anyway?
I can't play along with this nonsense. More importantly, can you just tell me where my room is? The front desk is totally clueless.
Oh, they wouldn't know. Of course not.
Just tell me where my room is. I don't have time for this nonsense.
Just tell you. You need to be careful about how you speak. You're all alone on this trip. No one is on your side. If you keep making me mad, well, who knows what will happen next?
Is this some sort of quiz? Are you going to turn into a demon if I annoy you enough?
A demon would be fine. You really don't get it, do you? Look, depending on your attitude, I might have considered treating you better, but you've lost any sympathy I might have had.
Sympathy for what?
I mean, you come from such a poor family, right? Right from the start, that makes you incompatible with our family. You're probably not even that smart because of it. I thought you were a bit sad, honestly.
Who on earth is feeling sorry for me?
Who else but you? A woman who can't even hold a decent conversation like this doesn't belong in our family. My husband runs a successful business, and Fred works at a top-tier company. We are an elite, glamorous family.
An elite, glamorous family? Wow, Auntie, I can't believe you're saying that.
Just be quiet. You're not part of our family. Today we're just going to enjoy our family vacation. And since we only booked one room, you'll be camping outside.
Camping outside? Honestly, that's totally fine with me.
Totally fine. You really are a typical poor person. But you better make sure you're out of our sight, okay? It's just annoying having a poor person wandering around.
Do Chris and Fred feel the same way?
Of course! The three of us don't think of you as family at all. We only booked one room, so you should sleep outside. Fred even mentioned he regrets marrying you.
That's something I could say back to you too.
Why are you repeating yourself? I can't deal with you anymore.
I mean, who wants to date a guy who wears company-issued windbreakers on vacation? How proud do you have to be an employee there?
Who cares what anyone wears? It's a free world. Plus, it's something to be proud of. Just get lost already, okay?
Fine, I'll leave.
Oh, you're talking now? Finally, it'll be quiet. Goodbye.
So, here's the thing. Can you just send a ton of spiders into their room or something?
Wait, hold on. First of all, I don't have a bunch of spiders on hand.
But you're the one in charge of this resort, right? You can do it.
Yeah, but if they get hurt or something, it could lead to police involvement. We really should abandon this whole spider operation.
Then what are we going to do? They seriously annoy me. They keep calling me poor and clueless, saying I'm not smart.
Well, I think the clueless part might actually be true.
But seriously, did they say such horrible things to you? That's just unacceptable.
I get it. You're absolutely right. That's why you should really get back at them.
I've been holding it in for so long, but I just can't anymore. It's ridiculous. I came along because Diana invited me. And now I found out I don't even have a room? That's just absurd.
Yeah, it is definitely absurd. No question about that. But you have to remember, I'm the manager of this resort. I have responsibilities and I can't just act on impulse.
Come on. Can you just forget about being all responsible for a second?
Huh?
If you start bringing up all that responsible stuff, it'll never end, right? So let's just not go there. They annoy me and I want revenge. And that's all there is to it.
Wow, that's quite a bold way to persuade someone.
But seriously, you used to be a delinquent, didn't you? You're talking about being responsible, but...
A former delinquent? Come on, just call it what it is. I was a troublemaker. I've decided to protect this inn entrusted to me by my grandfather. He's the one who helped me turn my life around.
So does that mean you won't help me?
Nope. I'm sticking to my decision to protect the inn, but I can't allow pests like that to stick around.
Wow, are you trying to sound all cool right now? You definitely just tried to sound cool.
Well, yeah, I guess I did.
All right then, I'm going to go consult with you more about this. Just don't try to act all cool again, okay? It's hard for me to watch family members trying to be all impressive.
Fine, but seriously, let's think this through before we act on it. You might think it's fun to get revenge, but there are consequences to everything we do.
Consequences? Like what? They already insulted me. What more could they do?
Well, you might feel good in the moment, but what if it backfires? You could end up being the one who gets in trouble or looks foolish.
Why do you have to be such a buzzkill? I'm just saying I want some payback.
I understand that, but let's come up with a plan that doesn't involve anything dangerous or reckless.
A plan, huh? So you're saying we should think about it more instead of just jumping right into revenge?
Exactly. Think about it as more of a strategy. We need to figure out the best way to handle this situation without causing any unnecessary drama.
You really think they're going to stop being annoying just because we ignore them? They're relentless. They think they're better than everyone else.
True, they do have a way of getting under people's skin, but I'm sure we can find a way to turn the tables without causing a scene.
Like what? Seriously, give me an idea.
What if we just play nice, act like we're totally okay with them, and then just slowly drive them crazy with our kindness?
Drive them crazy with kindness? That sounds ridiculous.
No, really, it might work. Just think about it. If we pretend to be super friendly, it might confuse them. They won't know how to react.
That could actually be kind of funny. But do you think it'll really work?
Who knows? But it's worth a shot, right? If it doesn't work, we can always reconsider some other tactics later.
Okay, fine, I'm in. But if this fails, you're the one who's going to have to deal with them.
Deal. Just remember, this is about showing them that their behavior won't faze us.
All right, I'm ready to show them just how strong our kindness can be. Let's do this.
Hey, what on earth are you doing?
What? I'm just doing what you told me.
What do you mean? I never told you to do anything like that. Stop it. It's embarrassing.
But didn't you say I should sleep outside? You told me to camp out, so that's what I'm doing.
Who in their right mind would actually sleep outside like that? The garden is part of the resort property. It's practically trespassing.
I have permission from the resort to do this.
How on earth did they give you permission for that? What kind of resort is this? Just stop it, okay?
Wait, what's it going to be? First, you tell me to sleep outside, and now you're telling me not to? You know, I don't have a room to stay in, right? This area is so remote, there are no other places to stay. What else am I supposed to do? If I hadn't bought a tent, I'd be in a much worse situation right now.
What do you mean if I hadn't brought a tent? Who normally carries a tent around with them?
Well, in case something like this happens, it's good to be prepared.
I can't believe this. You're really something else. You know what? Just come to our room already.
Wait, are you serious? Is that okay with you?
Of course it's okay. I can't have my wife sleeping outside like that. It would be such an embarrassment for the family. Hurry up and get back here.
Can I bring the tent with me too?
I don't care what you bring. Just get back here quickly.
Oh, so I can really come in, huh?
Yes, I'm telling you, it's fine. Just come to the room, tent and all.
Understood, I'll be right there.
Honestly, I can't believe you thought camping out was a good idea. I get that you wanted to make a point or something, but there are limits.
I thought it would be a fun adventure. I didn't realize you'd be so upset about it.
Fun adventure? In the middle of nowhere? While your family is staying in a comfortable room? That's not an adventure. That's just silly.
Well, I thought it would be different. You know, a chance to get in touch with nature or whatever. But if you're embarrassed, I'll stop.
Thank you. It's not just about being embarrassed. It's just not right. Hey, what's going on here? Who are these kids?
These are 4 local kids who live around here. They were riding their bikes by and came over to play in the tent.
So what? Why are these kids coming into our room?
Well, you said it was okay to move the tent, right? They were around when I was moving, and we started playing solitaire together.
Othello is a game for one person. You can't have a bunch of kids in there. Can you just send them somewhere else? They're really getting in the way.
Diana, come on. Your reasoning keeps changing. You said it was fine to bring the tent.
I didn't expect there would be so many kids in the tent. This ruins the whole trip, and it's inconsiderate to the resort to just increase the number of people in our room without asking.
I've got permission from the resort for all of this.
But how could that possibly be okay? It seems like we've come to a really sketchy resort.
No, this is a really nice resort. They are quite flexible with the rules.
Sure, flexibility seems to be a thing here, but these kids are really loud. Can't you do something about it?
Well, they're just rambunctious boys, so it's expected they'd be loud. It would be way scarier if they were quiet.
You really don't get it, do you? You are a genuine nuisance.
Nuisance? Oh, come on, that's just harsh. I'm just trying to make the best of the situation.
No, you're actually driving me crazy. This isn't just about me being annoyed. It's about the whole atmosphere being ruined.
But you said it was okay to bring the tent, and now I'm just following through with that.
Yes, I said that, but I didn't mean for a horde of kids to come along.
Well, I didn't expect there to be so many kids either. They just showed up while we were playing.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you need to figure this out.
Look, I'll get them out if it really bothers you, but it's just a bit of fun, you know?
Fun? This isn't fun for me.
Okay, I understand. I'll try to get them to quiet down.
No, it's not just about quieting down. Can't you send them back where they came from?
But they're having fun. They came all the way over here and they're really excited.
Well, I'm not excited about it. I wanted to enjoy this family trip without random kids popping up everywhere.
Look, I'm just trying to enjoy my time here with my uncle's kids.
Your uncle's kids? How are they related to us?
These kids are my uncle's children, so technically that makes them part of our family.
Wait, what do you mean? How do these kids relate to me?
Well, they're my uncle's kids, so they're your family too.
Are you serious? What are you talking about?
I know it sounds confusing, but it makes sense.
How does that make sense? Just because you say they're family doesn't make it true.
Look, my uncle is the manager of this resort.
Oh, really?
Yes, I wanted to see the kids after a long time, and it just worked out perfectly that you allowed them to come in.
So it was your uncle who arranged this whole thing?
Exactly. I had a feeling they'd want to come see me.
So you set this up on purpose? You knew they'd come here?
Well, not exactly set up, but I thought they might get excited.
You're telling me that your uncle basically encouraged this?
Well, kind of. I had the pamphlet for the resort out, and they saw it and thought it was a great place to be.
So your uncle basically manipulated us into coming here?
It sounds bad when you put it that way, but yes.
This is unreal. Why would he do that?
I think he just wanted us all to have fun together. You know, family bonding and all that.
Well, it's not family bonding when I feel like a stranger in my own trip.
But you're not a stranger. You're part of the family too.
How? Because of some distant relation? This doesn't make any sense.
You're married into the family, so you're just as important.
Important? This is beyond frustrating.
Look, I just thought it would be fun for all of us to spend some time together.
Fun? It's chaotic. This is not how I envisioned this trip.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to turn out this way.
This was supposed to be a relaxing family vacation, and instead, it feels like a daycare.
I promise, if I had known it would turn out like this, I would have said something.
You know, it really feels like you've been planning this from the start.
No way. I just wanted to reconnect with my family.
You are incredibly frustrating. You've brought chaos into what should have been a peaceful getaway.
Okay. I'll talk to them and see if they can go back outside or something.
No! Just send them home.
But they're here now.
That's not my problem. I want peace.
Fine, I'll deal with it. Just hang tight.
I can't believe I'm dealing with this right now.
Hey, we'll figure it out. Just give me a minute.
This trip was supposed to be about us, not a bunch of random kids.
They're not random, they're family.
Family or not, they're intruding.
You'll see. Once we get them settled, it'll be fun.
I doubt that. I just want some space.
Space? I thought you wanted family time.
Not like this. Greg, you are the manager of this resort, right?
Ah, so you found out.
Well, I'm not here as a family member. I'm here as a customer to file a complaint. What on earth is going on here? Your kids are making a ruckus in the room we booked, and it's really bothering us.
I'm really sorry about that, but Brianna told me that you gave your permission for this.
I would never give permission for that. Get them out of here right now. We're the paying guest.
Understood. I will take care of this immediately. I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience.
Honestly, what do you think this business is?
However, I couldn't just ignore my niece being left out. I heard that the other families were excluding her.
That doesn't have anything to do with you.
No, I'm one of the relatives too, so it's not unrelated.
Even if that's the case, we're still the paying customers. We've paid for our stay, so you should have the appropriate attitude as the manager.
Understood. In that case, I'll refund the entire amount you paid. Therefore, I must decline your stay for tonight.
What?
Since I'm returning your money, I believe that makes you no longer our customer. I'm speaking from the perspective of a family member here. Also, I need to apologize to Brianna as well.
Don't joke around. Just because you're giving me my money back doesn't mean you can do this to me.
However, the terms of service you agreed to when making your reservation do state that cancellations may occur due to our circumstances.
I've never heard of anyone actually being canceled on like this. Just let me stay. There are no buses left for me to go anywhere.
By the way, how about camping in the garden? You're welcome to do that, since Brianna has a tent.
You are really underestimating me, aren't you? I can see where Brianna gets her lack of depth from.
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Are you saying that Brianna and I, along with my family, all lack depth? What's that supposed to mean?
What kind of language is that?
What do you think you know about Brianna or me? Take back what you just said about lacking depth.
You think I'm scared of your attitude? Listen, I have a husband and a son. You think I'm just going to back down from a fight that I can't win?
Then bring both of them here. Right now, got it?
No, I can't do that.
Come on, I'm challenging you. Bring them here.
Fine. You want a challenge? I'm up for it. I'm not backing down now.
You think you can just talk to me like that? I have the authority here. You're just making a big mistake. So, in the end, they're not coming, huh? Both your husband and son are just a couple of cowards. So it's settled then. You're free to go home, right?
Fine by me. I'll never set foot in this resort again. The taxi is on its way, and I'm getting out of here. Just you wait. I'll leave a terrible review later.
Go ahead and do what you want. Just remember not to treat Brianna with that disrespect ever again. Although, to be honest, she said she's gonna divorce you and cut ties.
I wouldn't want a person like that as my wife anyway. It's all good.
Honestly, I don't care. Just leave already. Guests like you are a nuisance to the other people staying here.
You...
Diana, I think throwing trash into the open air bath, no matter how angry you are, is a bit much, don't you think?
Shut up! After everything that happened to me, I just can't go home empty-handed. This little bit of revenge is totally justified. Wait, how do you know about this?
It's been causing a bit of a stir online. There's a video of you guys throwing trash into the open air bath from outside the resort.
What? A video?
Yep. If you have a bunch of crazy people acting like that, someone is definitely going to film it. At this rate, it won't be long before Fred's workplace is identified too.
What do you mean by that?
Your faces are clearly shown, and you're calling out Fred loudly. Plus, you're wearing the company-issued windbreaker, so it's pretty identifiable.
Oh no. Hey, can I ask you for a favor? Can you help clear up this misunderstanding?
I don't think there's any misunderstanding here, but as your son's wife, I might be able to change the impression a bit.
Then please do. I really lost my temper and acted out of anger. I truly regret it. I'm serious. So please, stop this firestorm.
However, this is behavior that deserves some kind of social punishment. Plus, I'm planning to divorce Fred, so once that happens, we'll be strangers. That might make it impossible.
No way.
By the way, my uncle is planning to sue you for business interference, and I'm going to sue you for defamation.
But wait a second. I'm sorry. I really regret my actions, so please, don't go through with the lawsuits.
This would be my first time suing someone, and I'm actually really looking forward to it, so I'm not going to stop.
Are you serious right now? You need to reconsider. It's going to be a loss for you too.
Is it? I don't really know. I haven't received much education on this.
Look, I can't believe you're actually serious about this. You're willing to escalate it to lawsuits over some trash being thrown into a bath? This isn't the kind of attention you want, and you know it. Think about how this will affect your future.
Future? I don't care about that. I'm too upset right now. This is my moment of revenge.
But you're just creating more problems for yourself. What happens if your uncle's lawsuit goes through? You'll have a mark on your record, not to mention this will follow you everywhere.
I don't think you understand. I'm not afraid of consequences anymore. I've been treated like garbage for too long, and now I'm finally standing up for myself.
Standing up for yourself shouldn't look like this. You're acting recklessly. This isn't just about you. You're dragging everyone else into this mess.
Who cares about everyone else? I've always been the one getting pushed around. Now it's my turn to fight back.
But at what cost? Do you really think this petty revenge is worth it? Think about the damage you're doing to yourself and your relationships.
Relationships? What relationships? All I have is this ridiculous connection with Fred and a bunch of kids I barely know. I'm done with all of it.
You might feel that way now, but trust me, you're going to regret this. You'll look back and see how this moment of anger destroyed any chance of reconciling or having a good future.
Maybe you're right, but right now, I don't want to hear it. I just want to feel like I have control for once.
I get that, but you're going about it all wrong. There are healthier ways to express your feelings than resorting to this kind of chaos.
You don't know what it's like to be in my shoes. You can't just sit there and lecture me on how to feel.
I'm not lecturing you. I'm trying to help you see the bigger picture. You don't want to end up in a worse situation than you already are.
This is the one who is going to end up at the bottom of the barrel.
What?
Remember, I don't have a very good education anyway, so I don't care how I end up after this, as long as you end up worse than me.
Brianna, thank you for everything yesterday. It really seemed like you went home, but what happened after that?
I ended up staying at a hotel at the foot of the mountain. Unlike the resort's futons, a high-quality bed is just so much better for a good night's sleep.
How can you say that to me? Well, I'm glad you were able to sleep well. I was really worried about you.
Thank you for everything, Uncle. Hey, I have to ask, you really told Diana off, didn't you? I mean, she was completely out of control. It must have been because you stepped in, right? I can see right through you. Come on, just tell me the truth.
No way, I'm not gonna share that with you. You know, you wouldn't want to think of your relative as trying to look cool, would ya?
But come on, you really did something impressive. You can't just leave me hanging like this. I can only imagine what you said that made her freak out like that. It's not every day someone puts Diana in her place, you know.
Well, let's just say I had a little chat with her. I figured someone needed to remind her that she can't just act however she wants and expect everyone to go along with it. It's important to set boundaries, even with family.
Wow, I didn't know you had it in you. I mean, you're always so calm and collected. Seeing you stand up to her is honestly inspiring.
I appreciate that, but it wasn't easy. I just did what I felt was necessary. You need to stand your ground sometimes, especially when it comes to family drama.
You're right. I'm just glad you were there to back me up, even if it was in your own way. It feels great to know I have you in my corner.
Of course! Family sticks together no matter what. Just remember, if you ever need support, I'm always here for you.
Thanks, Uncle. That really means a lot to me. Diana and her associates were ordered by the court to pay substantial compensation and damages to the resort, a decision that was not only significant for the resort, but also deeply impactful for me personally. Alongside this, they were also mandated to pay me a sum for emotional distress, which I had experienced in great measure. This ruling felt like a monumental victory, an acknowledgement of the pain and chaos their actions had inflicted on my life. The judicial system recognized the extent of the harm caused, which was incredibly validating and served as a reminder that justice can prevail, even in a world that sometimes seems unjust. The court's decision did not come without its own set of consequences. As the news of their reckless behavior spread rapidly through social media channels, the ramifications of their actions expanded significantly. It was astonishing to witness how quickly information could disseminate in today's digital age. What started as a private matter quickly turned into a public spectacle, illustrating the power and reach of social media. Fred, who had already been struggling to cope with the fallout from our divorce, found himself in an increasingly difficult situation. The social scrutiny he faced from friends, colleagues, and acquaintances became an unbearable burden. Whispers and judgment surrounded him constantly, and he ultimately reached a breaking point. Unable to tolerate the shame and ostracism, Fred made the decision to resign voluntarily from his position at the company. This decision was not taken lightly. It was a complex choice born out of desperation and the need to reclaim some semblance of dignity. Fred had been a respected figure in his professional life, and the abrupt transition to feeling marginalized and scrutinized was particularly challenging for him. The psychological toll of public judgment can be immense, and it became evident that he was struggling under the weight of his choices. In the past, he had enjoyed a sense of security and prestige, but that sense of normalcy had been shattered by the public's perception of him. It serves as a stark reminder of how fragile reputations can be, and how swiftly they can crumble, often as a result of poor decisions and actions taken by others. Following the court ruling, their choice to leave became dramatically apparent. They effectively became a family that vanished under the cover of darkness, fleeing their home and the consequences of their actions. The term midnight escape seemed to fit their situation perfectly. They left behind not only their possessions, but also the community that had once embraced them. The contrast between their past life and their present circumstances is both striking and poignant. Reports suggest that they are now living in a distant town, struggling to make ends meet and grappling with the harsh realities of financial hardship. The irony of their situation is palpable. They went from what many would consider a comfortable, privileged existence to a life marked by poverty and deprivation. In stark contrast, my life took a different trajectory. I seized the opportunity to work at my uncle's resort, which turned out to be a pivotal moment in my life. It was not just about earning a paycheck. It was about rebuilding my identity and forging a new path for myself. Working at the resort has allowed me to immerse myself in a vibrant environment filled with natural beauty. The job presented opportunities to connect with a diverse group of people, each with their own unique stories and experiences. I encountered families, children, and tourists who visit the resort for a getaway, bringing with them joy and laughter. Being surrounded by energetic children has been especially rewarding for me. Their laughter fills the air, and their boundless enthusiasm is contagious. Each day spent with them is an adventure, bringing a sense of fulfillment that I never expected to find after the chaos of my past. I engage in various activities with them, whether it's organizing games, storytelling sessions, or simply enjoying the outdoors together. These moments serve as a reminder of the beauty of life, the innocence of childhood, and the joy that comes from simple pleasures. Reflecting on everything that has transpired, I am genuinely surprised by how well the process of seeking justice and personal healing has unfolded. Initially, I never imagined that my life would take this turn. It all began with the turmoil caused by Diana and Fred's actions, which ultimately led to the courtroom drama that followed. Each twist and turn of this journey brought a complex mix of emotions: anger, sadness, relief, and ultimately empowerment. The intricacies of human relationships and the consequences of our choices became glaringly evident to me. Experiencing my first court case was both daunting and enlightening. I approached the proceedings with a mix of trepidation and anticipation. The legal system felt intimidating, yet it also presented an opportunity for growth. I gained invaluable insights into the intricacies of the judicial process and a deeper understanding of my rights as an individual. The tension in the courtroom, the arguments presented by both sides, and the eventual ruling were all moments that will remain vividly etched in my memory. It was empowering to stand up for myself, to advocate for my rights, and to emerge from that experience with a renewed sense of agency and purpose. The memories of that courtroom, the discussions, and the decisions rendered will stay with me forever. I gained not just a financial settlement, but also a newfound strength and resilience. I discovered that I could confront challenges head-on, advocate for myself, and emerge from adversity stronger than before. This experience shaped my understanding of justice and accountability, reinforcing the idea that we have the power to take control of our lives and seek what we truly deserve. In the aftermath of this journey, I realized that it has evolved into more than just a story of revenge or compensation. it has become a narrative of personal growth and self-discovery. I have learned to embrace the challenges that life presents and turn them into opportunities for positive change. My job at my uncle's resort has provided me with a fresh start, filled with hope and the promise of a better tomorrow. Each day, I find strength in the relationships I am building, the work I'm doing, and the lessons I am learning. As I engage more deeply with my work at the resort, I have also had the opportunity to develop my skills. I have taken on various responsibilities that have allowed me to explore my interest and capabilities. For instance, I have become involved in organizing events and activities for the guest. Whether it's planning themed nights or coordinating children's programs, I have found joy in creating memorable experiences for others. It has been rewarding to see families enjoying their time together and creating lasting memories, knowing that I played a role in facilitating that joy. The resort itself is located in a stunning area, surrounded by lush forest and sparkling waters. The beauty of the natural surroundings never fails to inspire me. During breaks, I often take long walks along the shore or through the trees, allowing myself to immerse in the tranquility of nature. These moments of solitude provide me with the space to reflect on my journey, appreciate how far I have come, and find clarity amidst the chaos of life. Nature has a unique way of grounding us, reminding us of the beauty that exists in the world, even when faced with adversity. The strength I have gained through these experiences empowers me to face whatever comes next with confidence and resilience. The journey has reinforced my belief that we are all capable of overcoming adversity and creating lives that reflect our values and aspirations. As I move forward, I carry with me the lessons learned from my past experiences. I am deeply aware of the power of resilience, the importance of community, and the strength that comes from self-advocacy. Now, as I reflect on my life, I find solace in knowing that I have overcome significant hurdles. Each day presents new opportunities, and I approach them with an open heart and mind. I look forward to what the future holds, knowing that I have the strength to navigate whatever challenges may come my way. The essence of life lies in our ability to adapt, learn, and grow, and I embrace that with open arms. The journey of healing and rebuilding has not been without its challenges. There were moments when doubt crept in, when I questioned whether I was making the right decisions, and whether I would ever truly recover from the turmoil of my past. However, each time I faced these doubts, I found ways to confront them, to challenge the negativity that threatened to overwhelm me. Engaging with supportive friends, immersing myself in my work, and reflecting on my progress have all been instrumental in this process. During this time, I have also sought out new connections and friendships. The people I work with at the resort have become an invaluable support system. They understand the complexities of life, and they share their own stories of struggle and triumph, creating an environment where we can uplift one another. It's heartening to know that I am not alone in this journey. I have found camaraderie in our shared experiences, and these friendships have added depth and richness to my life. In the evenings, I often take long walks along the beach near the resort. The sound of the waves crashing against the shore and the cool breeze invigorate my spirit. It is during these moments of solitude that I find clarity and peace. I reflect on my journey, allowing myself to feel gratitude for the lessons learned, the relationships formed, and the strength discovered within myself. These walls have become a ritual for me, a time to connect with my thoughts and emotions, and to appreciate the beauty of the world around me. As I continue to forge my path forward, I am reminded of the importance of setting goals for myself. I have started to dream bigger and envision a future that aligns with my values and passions. Whether it's advancing my career, deepening my connections with others, or exploring new hobbies, I am determined to live a life that is fulfilling and authentic. I refuse to let the shadows of my past define my future. Instead, I strive to create a life that reflects my true self, one that is marked by resilience, joy, and purpose.
Rin, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Huh? What, Mom? Why are you asking something like that out of nowhere?
I want to know what you're doing. I just saw you walking out in front of the subway station a second ago. That was you, right? What do you think you're doing walking around like that in public?
I guess that was me because I was just walking near there. So you happened to see me then? And question why I'd be walking around?
I sure as hell did see you. Tell me what the hell is going on. Right now! To what extent are you going to keep acting all reserved and careless about things when you look like that?
Huh?
It's been 5 years since the last time I saw you in person, and there has not been a single thing about you that's changed. Your sister happens to be a model, and is making it big in that business. So why are you so simple and not doing anything fun with your life? Were you really born from the same parents as her?
I don't think that's something the person that literally gave birth to me should be asking.
Not only is your face not as cute as hers, but I tried so hard for so long to make you the cute little girl I always wanted you to be. And this is how I'm repaid? You never once listened to the things I said you should be doing.
Well, the reason I never turned out like Jessica is probably due to the fact that I don't care for makeup or dressing in fancy clothing.
And I'm telling you right now that that's not a good thing. Please, just become a little bit more like your big sister. I mean, she's been on live television multiple times now, unlike you. If people begin to find out that she has such an uncool little sister like you, they might stop caring about her.
I don't feel like her and I have anything to do with one another, though.
Ugh, I've had enough of this. I don't even want to think of you as my little girl anymore. I knew long ago that after you graduated from school, I should have just cut ties with you completely.
Well, you did end up kicking me out of the house then, so that's pretty much the same thing, right?
Well, starting today, I'm going to never speak to you again. I never want an ugly woman like you in my sights ever again, and I mean that.
Sure thing. You didn't even have to tell me that because that was my plan from the start.
You really have not a single thing about you that makes you decent, you brat. And I'd better never see you walking around town in such a laid-back fashion again, either. It embarrasses me knowing that my disgrace of a daughter is out somewhere where everyone can see her.
What's gotten into you this time? You really have the worst personality out of anyone.
Thank you for going out for coffee with me today. I have to meet with someone relating to my job there later today, and I didn't want to just sit around on my own for a few hours waiting. So you being around to talk with me for a bit and have a cup was very kind of you.
No worries, Jessica. And thank you for paying for coffee for me.
Also, as for what Mom had told you today, you really don't have to worry about a word she said to you, all right? She just happens to be a toxic witch is all.
I totally understand that. And luckily for myself, I haven't been worried by anything she said.
Are you sure? If you really aren't upset by her, then that's good. But are you sure you're not taking everything she said personally and are hiding it from me? I don't want you to be dealing with all this on your own, okay?
I told you I'm fine. You're getting too worried over nothing. If anything, I think it's you between the two of us that's getting all worked up by what she said to me.
What?
Jessica, you've lived your whole life being cared for so dearly by Mom all the time, right? So when you see me being treated like I'm not even her daughter, that probably makes you uncomfortable.
It does, actually. I have always felt a bit unnerved by everything she does to you. But for the longest time, I haven't ever been able to do anything to help you when things like that start again.
You don't have to worry about it, though. You and I have been friends forever, so we didn't know how to deal with situations like this. So don't feel like I'm angered at you or anything over it. Also, when Dad was still around, he was there to make sure I had someone who cared for me.
That's true. Dad was such a great man. But I still can't forgive myself for never stepping in.
Do you not realize that I'm thankful for you? When I was kicked out of the house after high school, you allowed me to come to your house for a while. If it wasn't for you doing such a thing, I'd have been left to the streets.
Don't feel thankful for that. At the time, I hated living by myself anyway, so it was for my own selfish wants. And back then, Mom was paying for half my rent and for a lot of my things in the place. So I was blessed with the house I was allowed to live in. And also, once you moved in, you started to do all the chores and cooking for me. So I really can't have you thanking me for any of that.
Well, come on now. You were never going to clean your house or cook for yourself because you were too busy being a model. I thought that at the time, that if I didn't start to cook for you, then you might start to gorge yourself on fast food and ruin the body that's gotten you your career.
See? I should be thanking you for taking care of me back then. Honestly, I'm a terrible older sister to you.
Well, I'm totally fine with you being a terrible older sister, so you don't have to get all down about it. Now, how many more times are you going to have me calm you down like this? I hate seeing you sad about everything, so I do it on my own once. But you really need to get a hold of yourself out there.
You are right, though. I need to stop relying on you to make me feel better like this.
Understand that I'm not angry at you about anything right now, and that I'm thankful for having you as my older sister. Seriously. All right, that's the end of this conversation then.
All right. I'm sorry. Sorry about getting this way every time. I'll do my best to not get so worked up from now on. Thank you again, Ren.
Please take better care of yourself for me.
I'll try. See you again next week? I'm really looking forward to coming out with you to choose your wedding dress.
Now, I've already told you before that I'm going to choose my dress, all right?
No, you're not. I think I've told you before as well that you do not have a single sense in fashion. So if I let you choose a dress for yourself, it'll be a disaster. This is going to be for one of your biggest days in your life. So please let me be the one to choose your dress for you.
Dang it. I hate having to let my older sister pick out my dress for me. But then again, you are the model, so you have a far better idea of what's right for my body than even I do. Just make sure whatever you choose for me isn't too gaudy. See you next week.
See you soon. Hey, Ren, have you had a look at the picture I just sent you?
What? I just saw it. What is this? Are you planning to go to a funeral soon?
I know what's going on with you. You're going to be having a wedding here soon? I can't believe that my own daughter would try to keep her very own wedding a secret from her mother. And I'm sure you have no plans of inviting me to your wedding either. Well, don't worry, because I've been able to find out all the details regarding you and your upcoming wedding.
I guess I'm getting married soon. What does me getting married and having a wedding have to do with you and the funeral clothing you have there?
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be any fun leaving you here without telling you everything you should know about this. Oh, now, today is the day of your wedding, correct?
What?
Today, I'm planning on going to your wedding, and I'm going to be wearing these clothes to your wedding as if it were a funeral. Huh! And the reason why? Because a simple little brat like you would look a lot better having your mother dressed up for a funeral on your wedding day.
Wait. Hold on a second, Mom. My wedding isn't today, all right?
Yeah. I've already looked into all of it, so don't even bother trying to fool me now. Well, now that you know what you have to look forward to today, I hope you prepare yourself.
Hold it right there.
There are a lot more guests here than I was anticipating. It's quite amazing that someone like you would be able to fool this many people into coming to your wedding of all things.
You're lying, right? You really went there? Mom, I think it's best if you just turned around and went home right now. I'm not joking around.
I have no reason to be going home now after coming all the way out here. I can tell that the wedding will be getting started very soon here. I hope you're looking forward to seeing me when you get out on stage.
Mom, why are you still trying to harass me like this? I thought you already told me you cut ties with me, so I don't get why you're still trying so hard to be around me. Can't you just leave me be and go enjoy your own life?
The only reason I'm here to mess with you right now is because you never invited me. What the hell did you think you were doing when not inviting your own mother? Do you not feel any form of thanks for all the years I spent raising you?
You already told me that you wanted to cut ties with me, though. Why are you still going on about all of this when you don't even want me as your daughter? It's starting to become a headache for me trying to figure out how you really feel right now. Are you mentally okay?
Shut your little mouth. No matter how much I don't want you to be my daughter, you will still respect me as your mother and be punished for acting out of line. Now please, get yourself ready to really enjoy the wedding you're putting on for everyone. Of course I'll be waiting for you, and the clothing I found matched my feelings for you the best.
Why are you trying to do this to me? Seriously.
I find it very thoughtful of me, coming in this all-black dress for my plain daughter's wedding today. I'm sure you'll want the wedding cancelled once you see how everyone else reacts to seeing the bride's mom in funeral clothing.
I already had my wedding yesterday, though.
What?
My wedding was yesterday. Today you're at the wedding of some complete stranger.
You're lying to me, right? Oh, there's no way I got all the information wrong. I know for a fact that the person who told me the details of your wedding would never mess any of the details up.
Tell me, Mom, who was the one that told you about my wedding?
Who? I just heard about it through some rumors, is all.
Through rumors. So what the hell were you just talking about? You made it sound like you had some kind of important informant, you idiot. Well, anyway, my wedding is not today, Mom. I can give you all the evidence you need of that right now if you want.
No way. You weren't kidding. I have no idea who either of these people are that just walked out. If you knew that today wasn't your wedding, then tell me that sooner. I knew something was off here. All of these really good-looking guys here. Why would any of them ever go to a wedding for you, of all people?
Ugh, you really are such an imbecile. Well, have fun at the stranger's wedding. Bye-bye.
Wait a second. Hey, wait a second. Ren, you reply to me right now.
Come on. How many gosh dang times are you going to try calling me today? It's pretty freaking annoying. I'm tired from my wedding yesterday and would really like to relax. Can you just save all of your BS for another day?
Hey, please, come help me. For some reason, I felt a little bit of fear by being at this stranger's wedding, and now I know why. I'm trying to leave, but they're not letting me go home now. They are saying that I'm from another gang, and am trying to make a point at the wedding.
Oh God, that's pretty scary, Mom. Well, I'm sure that they think that you were trying to harass the bride or groom in some way by showing up in all black for a funeral.
I want you to talk to them right now and tell them this was all a big mistake. If you don't, I'm not sure what's going to happen to me.
What's the situation like right now?
I ran and locked myself in the bathroom. But they keep banging on the door, asking me to let them in. They keep telling me they're going to all teach me a lesson, but I'm just an old and confused woman who got the dates wrong is all. I tried explaining that to some of the guests, but not a single one of them wanted to listen to me.
Well, that might have to do with them all thinking you came to the wedding dressed in black to try to harass someone. Ugh, all right. I'll go ahead and give the reception hall a call and see if I can explain what's happened to them.
Really? Thank you.
I went ahead and had a talk with someone on the phone, and I think I cleared everything up for them. Of course, you're not going to be let off the hook easily, though. You went and ruined a very important wedding to someone after all.
That's what they're telling me now. They're telling me to pay half of the wedding costs right now.
Pretty kind of them to only be asking you for half, right? I was thinking having you pay for everything would have been correct punishment.
But I can't even pay for half the wedding, Ren. Would you please give me some money?
That's going to be a no from me, Mom. Why should me, the one you were trying to harass today, give you any kind of money to help you out of your own mess? You should be happy I was kind enough to even call the wedding place and explain why you were ruining the wedding in the first place. But that's it from me now. You figure out how to pay them on your own.
What kind of heartless woman are you? This is why I call you such a plain and ugly woman all the time.
The only reason you've called me is that because you're a stupid witch. Well, that's it from me. You're really not getting any of my help now.
Wait a second. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm really sorry, okay? Your own mother is apologizing to you now, right? Jessica? Hey, wake up.
What? Why are you calling me over and over like that? I'm really tired right now and I'm trying to sleep in. Can you just call me later today or something?
Do not start acting like your heartless sister to me now, too. Hey, can you please let me borrow some of your money?
What was that?
A few things have happened to me, and I'm in real need of some money. You're a model after all, so you must have a lot of money on you, right? If you have $20,000 just sitting around, that'll be enough for me. So please, just give me that and I won't bother you anymore.
Oh, I just got a message from Ren explaining the whole situation to me. I see what's going on here now.
What? A message from Ren? Just now?
I can see now that you're going to try asking me for help.
Well, now you at least know what's happened to me, right? I'm sure you already know how much your little sister hates me and all that, but I know you'll be kind enough to help me, right? Right?
You really think I'd want to help you?
I sure do. After all, I've done everything and anything for you all your life to make sure you were happy. Unlike that little worthless brat, Ren, you are the cutest daughter imaginable. You also happen to have a wonderful job. I was the one that helped you get that job as a model as well, right? You are my pride.
I knew it, Mom. You are the worst.
Hey, I know that this time I may have taken things a little too far, all right? Ah, right. Can you please come to the reception hall right now?
Huh? Why should I go there?
Well, you're a famous celebrity, aren't you? If you come here right now, you'll make a lot of these people very happy, and I won't have to pay them anything in order to leave.
What? Are you really saying that?
If you could just give a few of them your signature and take a few photos with them, I'm sure they'll let me go. So please.
So you're going to use your own daughter to get you out of a sticky situation with some strangers that you chose to piss off? I'm a little lost for words here. You're rotten.
Why are you calling your own mother rotten? Do you not realize that it's because of me that you're even able to be a famous model right now? I was the one that sent your resume and everything to that agency and got you hired by them.
Even though I told you time and time again that I didn't want you doing that.
Because of that, you're very famous. So who cares?
And yeah, I guess I am a very famous model now, but I wouldn't say that it's all because of you. I was the one that had to work hard to become the woman I am. And you never did anything to teach me how to actually be a model. So don't act like I owe you anything for handing in my resume, because I don't. To be honest, I didn't even want to be a model in the first place. I was only 16 at the time, and what you did forced me to quit high school. I then had to go live on my own in New York, practicing for something I never wanted. I was forced into a life of no choices because of you, Mom. A life I never even wanted.
Is that so? Well, I never knew that you didn't want to become a model and move out to that agency.
I told you so many times that I didn't want to go, but you never once listened to me. You used the fact that I wouldn't stand up for myself to make me live the dream you probably wanted for yourself but could never have. I wanted to just run away from you both and live my own life, but I knew there was one person who was really cheering me on. And she was Ren.
I get it, all right? And we can go ahead and talk about all of that at a later time, okay? I think I may have made some mistakes back then. But right now, it's a bit of an emergency for me.
What do you mean it's an emergency for you? To both Ren and I, we view this as you getting what's been coming for you. I don't have any reason to help you out of that situation. Goodbye forever now.
You freaking backstabber! I went through all that trouble favoring you over your little sister. And for what?
And I have a few things to say about all of that as well, but I'm sure someone like you would never understand what I mean. I guess I'll try my best to explain things in the most simple way I can. I happen to really love Ren, and seeing you ignore her and toss her aside all my childhood so that you could only focus on me really hurt. To me, she is the only family I have left ever since Dad passed away, and I'm not going to side with you over her. I have no need for you in my life. Goodbye forever now.
Wait a sec. Hey! Ren, I have something to ask you, so please respond to me. I can see that you're reading all these texts, so you haven't blocked me yet, right? I have something very serious that I'd like to talk to you about. I've already been blocked by your sister, so I'm not able to get in touch with her anymore.
Go ahead. I was just thinking that today would be the perfect day to finally block you, so this will be the last chance to talk to me.
I was kicked out of the apartment building that I was living in. I wasn't able to pay for the rent there anymore. Look, after what happened at that stranger's wedding, I was forced to pay a lot of money that I haven't been able to make back.
And?
I know now that I have done a few bad things in the past as well, okay? I know that very well now. I will apologize to you in person the next time I see you. So please just help me out.
You've done a few bad things in the past as well? Oh, so that must mean you feel as though I've done some bad things in the past too, then.
No, that's not at all what I meant by that.
I know for a fact that you do feel as though I'm still in the wrong for everything. So you were kicked out of that apartment? Sucks to suck, doesn't it? Good luck with whatever you end up with next, okay?
What? Hey, hold on. Do you plan to just throw me away then?
Well, look, Mom. It's not like you're working a job or anything. And for the past few years, you've been relying on Jessica to help pay for your bills, right?
Well, that didn't have to do with me not having any of the money myself. All that time I had enough money left over from your father after he passed away.
What did you end up using all his money on then? Have you been gambling it all away?
No, I had to hire myself someone to help me start searching for where both you and your older sister are living. I have really been wanting for both you guys and I to become a family again.
I see. And even with a hired pro helping you out, you still couldn't find us. So over time, you kept dumping more and more money into the pro for nothing.
That's right. So, please, can you at the very least tell Jessica that I'm wanting to talk to her?
Huh? Why do you need to talk with her now?
Well, it turns out that the pro I hired happens to be a really big fan of Jessica and all. So I promised him that if he can help me find her, I'll let him get to know her better. He said if that's the case, then he'd void the rest of the money I owe him.
Unbelievable. So both you and that pro are just creepy and stupid? Also, why the hell do you need a pro to help you search for us? Just do it yourself.
Well, that pro I hired is actually stupid, and that's why I still haven't been able to find either of you.
You both are brain-dead idiots. Can't with you anymore. That's it. If you think you can just keep trying to rely on your daughters for money, then it's better you just forget about being our mom.
Wait, this isn't about only money. But you have to understand that I don't have anything anymore. I need some money at the very least from one of you.
Sorry, I'm not in the mood to help you out. And I sure never will be. Would you please stop trying to find either one of us? If you keep all of that up, someone might find out you're our actual mother, and that might make Jessica look bad. After that, my mom was somehow able to get herself into a really run-down apartment, but she needed to continue borrowing money in order to feed herself, only inching herself closer to hell. She'd gotten herself a part-time job and all, but uses the money she makes there to keep searching for Jessica. I'm not saying there are better ways she could be taking care of herself, but I will say that if she doesn't put some of that money into paying off her debts, she's going to have actual hell to pay. But of course, she really only seems to see us as walking banks and seems to think that she still has a chance of getting our money if she ever does end up finding us. By the way, haven't actually blocked her number yet because I find it so much fun watching all the messages pour in from her asking for our help and updating me on her current disgraceful situation. But I'm sure that in time, as her debt continues to grow worse and worse, she'll come to realize that neither Jessica nor I care about her and that she's going to have bigger problems that she needs to worry about. Of course, that's only if she has the brains to realize what kind of trouble she's really getting into with all that debt. A few years later, my older sister ended up retiring from her career as being a model. She did so with the goal of being able to go out and do all the things she wants now, which will probably include her going overseas for a while. I haven't really spoken to her much lately, but that's just because she has a life of her own for once now, and someday I look forward to her dropping by my place again so that I can learn all about the things she's been up to. When it comes to my mom, neither Jessica or I have heard very much about her besides the fact that her last known location was at her apartment after being fired from her part-time job. I'd assumed that those that she was indebted to ended up losing their patience on her, started making their moves on her, leading to her being removed from everyone's daily life. She never did end up finding Jessica or myself either, and her last text to me was a year ago, letting me know that there was someone following her home a lot of the time. As for myself, I'm going to have my first baby this year, and will now have a family of 3. I'm sure compared to my sister, my life and everything is just really plain and simple. But I happen to like having my simple family around me every day, making me a proud and happy mother and wife, and no person is ever going to make me feel bad about that.
Heidi, I really need to talk to you. It's actually rather important. So you better reply straight after you get this message from me. I just asked Harrison what's going on with you. You know, because I'm nosy. Is it true that you're now living at home? Since when was there any need for you to move back into your parents' house? I thought independent women were supposed to live by themselves. Okay, Brooke, I get what you're saying. You don't need to make such snide comments towards me. What's up? I know we only met face-to-face the other day, so I guess we're still trying to figure each other out. Just please continue to look after Harrison and support him. Oh, please, Heidi, there's no need to digress right now. I know that you're trying to avoid having this conversation with me. Look, don't you think you're a little old to be moving back into your parents' house? You're in your 40s. Can't you live on your own? I'm shocked that someone would do this to themselves. Okay, yes, it's true that I now live at my parents' house, but what's the problem with that? A lot of people still live with their parents until they can afford to get a house. You do know that every family has different circumstances, including ours, okay? Look, I'm taking care of my mother right now. What is it that you wanted to ask, Brooke? Is there a point to this conversation that you want to have? What? You're actually taking care of your mother? But isn't she a ball of energy normally? I thought that she was healthy and, well... Did you forget about all of this when we met face-to-face the other day? My mother's in a wheelchair, Brooke. She can't move sometimes without help. There are times when nursing care is necessary, and my father isn't the type to help with anything like this. He's useless. It's like he almost doesn't care about Mom. Well, my father-in-law works a lot, so of course he can't help your mother out. That just can't be helped. I mean, at least he's providing financial support. Huh? What on earth are you talking about? What job are you referring to exactly, Brooke? Since when are you taking sides in this? Well, he's probably going to work since you're unemployed, aren't you, Heidi? A woman in her 40s that's unemployed and lives with her parents? You know that's not great, right? You probably exploited your own parents. I wouldn't be surprised if you did that. Excuse me? I get that it's not a great situation to be in, but I'm not exploiting my own parents. What the heck, Brooke? I'm just trying to help them. If you're so worried about me doing something, there's really no need to worry or think anything bad about the situation. We all get along pretty well as a family, although my father does make me feel a little bit anxious at times, but he's been like that forever. Okay, well, I better tell you what's going on. Have you heard that we're all going to be living together under the same roof? Whoa, back up a little bit there, Brooke. What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean by living together? Are you moving in here? Once me and Harrison get married to each other, we're all going to live together in your parents' house. We need to live somewhere, you know. I really thought that someday that house would be mine, and then you suddenly show up and start living there out of the blue. I don't get why you're there, because it's just ruining all of my future plans with Harrison. I haven't heard a word of you both living together here. I had absolutely no idea that you were planning that. Harrison hasn't talked to me or our mother. Since when was it okay for you both to make these sorts of decisions without telling anyone or even asking for my parents' permission? I don't know what you're talking about, Heidi. I mentioned it to your father, and it sounds like he's okay with it. Wait, what? You talked to my father about this? What about my mother? How come she doesn't know? What's going on here? Of course I talked to your father. I needed to tell somebody, and I was definitely not going to approach your mother first about it. That house belongs to my father-in-law, okay? I think we all know that much. If my father-in-law says it's okay, then it's okay, all right? That's why I'm only telling you now about our decisions, since we've only talked to your dad. We've already decided to move in together starting next month. Wait, you're moving in next month? But next month starts next week. That's so soon. Even though you've suddenly decided to do this, my father hasn't talked to us about it. You do know that there won't be enough room for everyone, right? It's going to be a tight squeeze. Well, the whole reason why I'm messaging you now is so that I can tell you to move out, okay? The easiest thing to do is for you to leave, all right? Brooke, maybe you should actually keep your mouth shut, because you can't just tell me to leave my parents' house, okay? If you intend on being rude to me, you'll regret what you said later on. You won't be able to take back what you just told me to do. I don't really care about what I say to you, Heidi, because in reality, there's nothing that you can do about it. So stop preaching about how I should talk. We've already made our decision. Harrison and I will live in that house together whether you like it or not. Besides, who cares if we have to throw out a 40-year-old single woman who lives in rags onto the street? You'll just have to find a way to earn money. You know that if you become more independent, you might actually meet someone that you can get married to. Wouldn't that make life easier for you? That's not something that you can tell me what to do on. You've got no right to say something like that to me. You obviously don't understand my situation. Besides, who's going to take care of my mother if I'm going to be kicked out of my own house? Why would she need to be taken care of? Does she really need that much care? Surely she can do things on her own, right? You do know that it's not just me saying that, so I'll be able to stay in the house. She really needs the care, Brooke. That is absolutely necessary. I've not heard a thing about my younger brother and his soon-to-be rude wife wanting to get married and then move in here. I feel like this is a stab in the back. And now I'm being asked to leave even though my mother is bound to her wheelchair. She needs a lot of help. Okay, calm down, Heidi. I just thought of something good that we can do. Why don't both you and your mother move out so that you can take care of her? Wait, what did you just say? Are you kidding me right now? Are you telling me that my mother should move out as well as me? Yes, that seems like the better option for everybody. It'll be just like killing two birds with one stone. You can still take care of your mother, and we can move in with fewer problems. If my mother-in-law stays with us, we won't benefit from that at all. We'll almost be her slaves if she can't move without a wheelchair. I think the best thing for everyone is for you and your mother to move out and never come back. You can both suffer with each other. Okay, I've had more than enough crap from you, Brooke. Cut it out. This isn't going to happen, not by a long shot. There's no way you can kick Mom out of her home. Hey, I can do what I like. Besides, my father-in-law really likes me and wants to make sure I get everything I need, so he'll do anything for me. Wow, how does it feel to know that your father likes his own daughter-in-law more than his own flesh and blood? Pretty crazy, right? Okay, I'm not letting this happen. I'm going to talk to Harrison about this mess. I'm sure that he wouldn't want his mother on the street. He's not that horrible. So when was I going to find out that both you and Brooke will be living in our parents together? What is going on here?
Huh? What are you on about? Didn't Dad tell you what's going on? Guess he forgot to tell you about what's happening.
I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you, Harrison. This isn't funny. Brooke is telling me things that I haven't been told. Brooke told me and Mom to leave the house so that you can both move in and live there without any worries. Is that true?
Oh, really? That's what Brooke said. Don't you think it would be better that way so then everyone gets what they want?
Excuse me? What are you even saying? Is this some kind of insane prank you're pulling? I honestly wouldn't put it past you, Harrison. Do you think that kicking your own sister and mother out of their house is a good idea? Do you really want to do that to us?
Look at you, Heidi. You're over 40 years old, not married, and living at home, basically doing nothing. This is for your own good. Do you really think it's that painful that something like this is happening to you? You have to stand on your own 2 feet at some point in your life.
What on earth are you talking about, Harrison? I know how to stand on my own 2 feet. How dare you? Who I am has got nothing to do with what you're trying to pull. Whatever happens to me, I don't care, but what you're doing to our mother, are you really going to let that happen? Do you really want to kick her out of the only house she's known for a long time? She's in her 60s and can hardly walk on her own. Why do you want to do this to her?
But Dad has said that it was okay for us to move in, and that room would be made for us. Otherwise, we haven't had many other conversations about it recently.
Oh, okay, so it's our father's fault that he wants us out of the house? You realize that you're all conspiring against Mom and I, right? You know how terrible our father is, right? He doesn't help out, and he hasn't helped our mother since she's been in the wheelchair. You both have always treated me and Mom so coldly, so no wonder Mom ignores everything you all say to her. I really don't feel like talking to my father about this mess.
Well, if you're not going to talk to him, then why don't you do us all a favor and move out? It would make the process so much easier.
Excuse me? How could you say something like that to me? I'm your sister. Do you really want something like this happening to me and to Mom?
Look, even Dad just wants to live a peaceful and relaxing life, okay? He wants to feel comfortable in his own house again. He would rather not live with two women who don't do what he says or listens to. What's the point in living with people who ignore you? He wants to live with Brooke and I because we all get along really well. Don't you think he should have a good life and look forward to seeing his grandchildren running around the house someday?
Are you being serious right now? You think that he'd want loud and screaming babies disturbing his sleep? Do you think you'll be fine living together?
Hey, all I'm saying is wouldn't we all be better off if it happened this way? Why are you getting so angry?
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. I can't deal with you or your partner anymore. I can't believe it took me so long to realize that you and Brooke had the exact same idea. Just give me a chance to let this all sink in, rather than making all of these decisions behind mine and Mom's backs. Can you at least give me some time? Hey, were you able to convince your annoying older sister of how this is the best option to take? It would really be a nuisance if they didn't leave. When we move into that house, we'll inherit whatever is left there when they leave this earth, right? There's no way that I'm not moving into that house.
It's all okay, Brooke. I'm sure that my sister will leave when she thinks about it some more. I just said something that got her straight to that point.
Huh? You actually did? You were able to convince her to leave? Is that right? Will she actually do what we say, or is she going to put up a fight? You know that if they don't leave, I'll throw away all their belongings and kick them out myself. I've got permission to do that, right?
Okay, I don't think you'll have to take it that far, so don't worry about anything like that. In the end, I'll make sure that they move out properly with no issues.
Well, if you still continue to be nice to them, then there's no way that we'll lose the inheritance, right? We'll still be in their good books that way, right?
Yeah, I'm sure everything will work out and it'll be okay. I heard that the house is quite old, but it sits on good land. So my father used to run a company. That's why he was able to buy a decent amount of land. Although he's retired now, he still pops in to help out at work from time to time. So I think we'll all be able to live comfortably even though he's retired, which is great, right? I'm sure there's a lot of money in his account.
There better be some money. I don't want to have to do much work if we're going to be inheriting all of this cash. Is it possible to kick out your mother, too?
My father also told me that he was considering getting a divorce from my mother so he didn't have to put up with her attitude anymore. He said that he'll do his best in divorcing her and kicking her out so that we can move in and take over their house. It'll all be ours in no time, and then we can enjoy our life.
I knew you could do it, Harrison. You're such a clever man. You're definitely a great husband and know how to take good care of me.
Really? You think so? Well, ain't that sweet of you to say, Brooke. Thank you. As long as my father gets a divorce from my mom and cuts her off, we'll have nothing to worry about anymore. I feel a little bit sorry for my mother and sister, but I'm sure they'll manage somehow. All that my sister has to do is get a job and they'll be able to survive. They won't have problems after that.
Exactly. That's right, my love. Well, to be honest, if I were to get kicked out by a family member, I wouldn't want to hear from them ever again, so let's hope we don't have to. Let's just cut them off and be happy together in the house that rightfully belongs to us. Okay, Heidi, I'm here to tell you that we're moving into the house tomorrow. I hope that you've packed up all your belongings. Are you actually ready to leave the house or not? You know that there's no point in trying to stay in the house. We're coming whether you like it or not. Yeah, okay, Brooke, I get what you're saying, all right. Are you seriously trying to kick me out of my own house? I think you're going to regret doing this, so are you okay with that? What on earth are you talking about? There's no way that I'm going to regret doing this. This is what I want to happen. Aren't you embarrassed that this is happening to you? That it had to come to this point for you to move out and be independent? Me? Embarrassed? Why would I be embarrassed about living at home? I'm trying to take care of my mother, for goodness sake. I don't humiliate myself with saying rude comments like you do, Brooke. I don't feel ashamed of myself at all. Hey, I'm only saying this out of the common sense I have gained over the years. Wow, this is so embarrassing having to kick you out. You're really spoiled for a 40-year-old, Heidi. Don't you feel like a parasite walking around in your own parents' house? Don't you feel like you've invaded their space long enough? What's the point being there when you can't find anyone to marry you? Oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. Just leave with your mother, all right? You can't just insult people like this and then kick them out. You're definitely going to regret doing this to us, Brooke. Whatever you say, Heidi. I don't really care. I'm not going to let myself be lectured by an old hag like you who uses nursing her mother as an excuse to not move out. All you do is make excuses, even making up that your mother's in a wheelchair. If you're over 40 and looking after someone, then you can get out of my house. Fine, I'll just live in my mother's cottage then if you're going to be this way. What on earth are you talking about? Stop making up stupid lies. I know you're just talking crap to buy yourself more time. Ugh, talking to you, Brooke, is a waste of my mental energy. I'll leave with my mother as you wish and I'll move into her cottage. I can live a better life there than I do now living here. On the contrary, I guess I could thank you for making me move. There's no way that your mom owns a cottage, right? What are you going to gain by saying something as stupid as that? I had a feeling you wouldn't believe me and just make fun of me. Whatever you say to me, I don't care about, Brooke. Okay, what if I were to send you a photo of the cottage that my mother has? Would you believe me then? What the heck are you talking about? What photo is going to make believe what you're saying is true? Well, of my mother's cottage, of course. I intend on moving there tomorrow, so I'll start packing my things. What did you just say? There's no way that your mother would have the money to buy another house or anything like that. It doesn't exist. An old and wrinkly lady can't do anything from her wheelchair. There's no way that I believe you. Well, I guess you'll never actually see it then. It really doesn't matter what you think anymore, Brooke, but if you did, you'd lose all the color from your face. Then maybe you'll end up realizing that what you've done is wrong. What's that supposed to mean? How dare you say such a snide comment? I've not made any mistakes in this. I believe everything Harrison said, so he must be right. I guess so. It's good that you believe in your husband so much. I hope that you live a nice life together. Thanks for taking in my father. I'll probably never see you again. Bye. Hello, Heidi. How's everything going? Look, I really need to confirm something with you, so would you please just answer your phone? There's nothing to talk about, Brooke. Besides, didn't I cut ties with you? What do you want to say if you wanted to call me so urgently? My father-in-law has an inheritance, right? I just wanted to check with you to make sure that it was true. Excuse me? Are you kidding me? You're asking me if my father has a bunch of money hidden somewhere or something like that? Look, I moved in here to try and get my father-in-law's inheritance in the house so that I could live a nice life. I feel like he's got no money at all. Now I have to count on the money that Harrison gets. What is going on here with your family? Is this a joke, Brooke? Are you actually being dead serious right now? Wow, I can't believe you asked that. Huh? What are you talking about? Of course I'm being serious. Why are you laughing about this? Of course my father has no money, you stupid woman. He's been unemployed for almost 5 years. What? No, that can't be true. I thought that he was a company president and still helped out at the company. Doesn't he have any savings from his time at work? Isn't that why you're able to sit around all day and do whatever you like because you have his money? The only time he was the company president was when he succeeded my grandfather. He crashed the company and it lost a lot of money, so he was fired. Wait, what? He got fired? Oh, surely not. I thought that he was good with his money, though. Brooke, he's got no savings at all. In fact, he spent the little retirement money he got on gambling, so no, he's not good with money. You didn't seriously decide to live together in that house using my father's inheritance as your daily allowance, did you? If that's the case, Brooke, you're a huge idiot. You are so dumb for making that decision. How dare you speak to me like that? Don't you know how rude you're being right now? What you've been saying to me, Brooke, has been way more rude than my little comment I just made. Well, I've already cut ties with my dad, so I don't care about him. You were delusional to think that my father had a lot of money. Then how was he able to pay for anything if he hasn't been working in over 5 years? I assume he hasn't received his pension yet, right? Yeah, you're right. He hasn't gotten it yet. Of course, it was all thanks to my mom that he had money to spend. Wait, what? Your mother? She had money since when? How can an old lady in a wheelchair afford anything? You should really stop with these terrible jokes, all right? Well, she's the one who has all the money. As I said before, it was my grandfather who ran the company. It was her father. She had quite a few assets. But when my father took over the company, he drove it into the ground and almost went bankrupt. My mom inherited her father's things beforehand, so she was fine. Oh my God, what? No way. So your mom was the one who had the money and inheritance this entire time? How did I not know? Probably because my dad lied to you. He always has to try and impress people. But then they get the wrong end of the stick like you did, but that's your own fault. You were so gullible in believing everything my father said to you and Harrison. He's just as dumb as my father, by the way. Luckily, Mom didn't keep her assets as cash, otherwise my father would have taken it for himself. She decided to invest it instead. She ended up making a lot of money by just staying at home and investing in the right places. Just because she's in a wheelchair, it doesn't mean she can't do anything. How is this possible, though? How can she be an investor if she's in a wheelchair? Just because she isn't as mobile as she used to be, it doesn't mean she lost her intelligence. She knew my father better than anyone, and so she knew to keep her money hidden. Also, for taking care of her, she's been paying me a nice salary, so I've also been able to save up quite a bit of money for myself. And you thought that this old hag was doing nothing all day and being spoiled by my parents? Oh, how wrong you were. I didn't mean to say what I did. I'm sure you do a great job looking after your mom. Look, I just really need your help since your father hardly has any money. You're seriously not trying to get to my mom's money after the way you treated us. Are you kidding me? Please, I need your help. I don't want to have a poor life. Please, we're family. You wouldn't do this to your own brother and sister-in-law, would you? You were both the ones that got us into this mess, but what did I tell you? You'd regret saying and doing what you did to me and my mother? Don't even try contacting me again asking for money. How dare you even try to rip us off when all we did was try and be nice to you? I don't want to see either you or Harrison ever again, and my mom feels this way too. Enjoy your life in poverty in that really shabby house. After learning the truth about the inheritance in the house, Harrison and Brooke were left completely devastated. Apparently, Harrison panicked and asked his mother and Heidi to come back to the house. Naturally, they didn't because they weren't treated well at all. Brooke and Harrison are on the verge of collapse due to the increase in their arguments. They couldn't take the plunge in getting a divorce as they couldn't afford to do that. It seems the only thing they could do is live in a state of complete depression. What an ironic result for them. This is the result of trying to degrade others for their own personal gain. It's nothing but a self-inflicted result. The best thing for them to do is to find a part-time job and fast. But it might be an impossible task for people with that kind of personality.
If I'm correct, today's your birthday, right? How old are you going to be turning today?
I'm going to be 42 years old, and why the heck are you asking about my birthday now? And before we even get to that, weren't you supposed to be coming home early today? I've been waiting all day for you to be here so we can celebrate.
How lame of you to be waiting for someone that doesn't care to be home with you. There's nothing about your birthday that makes me want to be there celebrating it with you.
Is that really something you should be saying to the woman you've been married to for 15 years?
Well, be aware that those 15 years we've had together end today.
What does that mean, Tony?
I'm saying that you and I are getting divorced. I'm still in my freaking 30s, aren't I? However, you're turning 42 years old today. You're already halfway through your life, and you're going to be out of this world long before I am. Do you really think I want to stay married with someone that won't even be around for my later years in life? Who will I have around the house to help me when I'm retired and I'm no longer in the mood to do things myself?
What are you talking about? In just another 3 months or so, you're going to be turning 40 years old. So tell me, what the heck has gotten into you today with all of this age talk? Never before have you gone on about our ages until today, and saying that you want a divorce now because I'm a little older than you isn't going to change you still becoming a 40-year-old man soon.
I've already chosen to get divorced from you today. So, whether you like it or not, there's nothing you could do to stop me. Now, grab all your things from the house and get out of there. I already handed in the divorce papers, so it's final.
Huh? Are you really being serious about all this divorce talk right now?
Why wouldn't I be serious about all of this after all the time I've wasted talking to you about it?
Well, if you and I get a divorce, then what are we going to do about our daughter? Lainey has only just entered high school and everything, so breaking apart now would put her through a lot of unnecessary stress.
Well, Lanny's been telling me that she doesn't want to live in a house together with a hag like you anymore. Now that she realized how old you really are. She plans to stay with me and live here after you're gone.
What? She's being serious as well? Did you already talk with her and everything about the divorce you're wanting?
I have, and we decided that the both of us want you to disappear from our lives for good. At this point, not only do I not need you around anymore, but neither does Lanny.
Saying all of those awful things about me, talking with my daughter about that before my birthday is terrible. I can't even believe that you'd talk with Lainey first about divorcing me before even asking me about all of this first.
When it comes to Lanny and talking with her about serious things, it's only natural that I talk with her first. She is an amazing young woman, and I'm very much aware now that she does not want to be living together with an idiot like you. Now, you're beginning to get on my nerves by sticking around right now, so hurry up and get lost.
I seriously never actually thought that you'd be talking with our daughter about things like that. Well, it's already happened now. Thanks for telling me all of this.
Another thing, you're going to still need to pay child support after the divorce.
You want me paying child support?
I'll be the one having to keep her in my house and looking after her, so it's only fair that you pay for her.
Then what about any sort of settlements?
What are you talking about now? I'm not going to be paying you a single penny, even if you ask. That should be an amazing present for a 42-year-old woman, right? You'll lose your young and strong husband and be forced to live by yourself as you grow older and older, with nobody around to love you.
I never could have imagined that I'd be called an old hag by you on my birthday. And I never even thought it was possible for both my husband and my daughter to talk about divorcing me behind my back. But if you are both on the same page about wanting to leave me today, then there's no helping keeping you both around me. I guess I will be leaving this house.
You are no longer going to be part of this family, and don't you ever think you can come back to us in the future. All we are to you now is a couple of complete strangers.
If that's what the both of you want to think of me. But just make sure that you both never come around me again, as I'm going to be a stranger to you both from now on as well. And don't you ever forget what I just said to you. Why are you not answering your phone? I am trying to get a hold of you because we're in a bit of a pickle over here. If you're going to do nothing besides call me over and over with no prior context, then I'm not going to answer you. Can you tell me why the heck you're trying to talk with me after 4 years have gone by? Especially after what we all agreed on after I left. This is a very scary emergency and Dad needs your help. What? He got into a serious accident and will need to get surgery done on him right away. Did you seriously not stop to think that me calling you over and over like that might mean that there's an emergency over here? I don't really care what you think about all of this. It's an emergency and you need to answer the phone right away. Oh, could this actually mean that an old hag like you has never answered a phone call in her life on her cell phone and has no idea how to? If you've only come here to say rude things to me again, I can go ahead and just block you for good. That's not what I'm wanting to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about having you pay the $30,000 medical bill that will come with Dad's surgery. What? Ah, so that's what's going on here then. This must be some kind of scam call asking me to pay money for one of my family members even though they don't actually need it right now. Huh? What are you going on about? That's not what this is. I am telling you the truth when I say that I need you to give us the money to pay the medical bills, but this isn't a scam at all. Really, all the medical care that Dad's receiving is going to cost us $30,000, and we need that money from you. And this isn't just for him, but for your daughter as well, so pay up. Excuse me? My daughter? Right now, Dad doesn't have anyone else he can count on to pay the bills. I really hate having to ask an old hag like you for help at this point in time, but you're the only person with the money to be able to hand it over to us immediately. So, can you just get to work sending that $30,000 I've asked for to me? Sending that money to you? Why do I have to be the one to give you both that kind of money? How many times are you going to make me tell you this? Have you already become senile? Open your gosh dang eyes, old hag! Dad's got into an accident and he's going to get surgery very soon here, and so that $30,000 is needed to pay for all of the medical expenses, so give it to us. He's your ex-husband, right? And not just that, but I'm your daughter, so give us that money for our sakes, okay? I don't have a daughter, though. Huh? How about you try opening your eyes up a little, young lady? I do not have any daughters, and right now the only person I see you as is a complete stranger. Now, I don't think you're going to gain any more from me today or ever again, so I'll be going now. Hold on, you! What the hell are you talking about? You aren't going to be going anywhere right now. Do you really think you can end things between us that easily? You and your father were the ones that told me in the divorce that you no longer wanted me coming around either one of you anymore, and that you'd be cutting ties with me, right? You had both made it clear as day to me that you no longer wanted to be family and that I needed to stay a stranger to the both of you. Looks to me, though, that you both asked for more than you could handle from me and are no longer able to uphold your guys' end of the promise. That being, staying away from me. What the hell are you talking about? We had all ended things off by saying we'd all be strangers to one another 4 years ago, right? So that means that for the past 4 years and continuing on after this, you are not my daughter. And if you think that you saying you're my daughter now just because you need money from me is going to change that fact, it will not. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what kind of games you're trying to play right now. What are you saying right now? This is not the time to start joking around about what happened back then. Right now, we need to be talking about how that surgery is going to cost $30,000. And when it comes to me, I don't have that kind of money, and Dad doesn't have that kind of money in savings either. You were able to get a settlement paid out to you by Dad in the divorce back then, right? You give us that money back right now so that we can afford for Dad to get his surgery. I was given a settlement? I don't ever remember getting any sort of money in the divorce, though. Huh? It's been quite the opposite, actually. So far, I've paid your child support for the past 3 years without getting a penny from your dad or anything else in return. There's no freaking way, right? Child support? I don't even believe you for 1 second that you'd have the money nor the want to pay anything like that. Well, you don't have to believe me or not regarding something like that. I just assumed that I was still responsible for you still, even after you left me. And so that's my reasoning behind paying the child support. Even after you told me you never wanted to see me again and just wanted to be complete strangers. Just be glad that I was willing to pay your father that kind of money for you. But remember that I only have to pay your father until you turn 18 years old. Are you sure about that? Because I never heard anything from Dad about you giving him any sort of money to support me. Remember that you've been sticking around a dad that tossed his wife out of his house on her birthday while saying horrible things about her. I'm sure he'd never tell you anything about how I've been the one paying for you to be as privileged as you are. But at this point, I couldn't care less about him telling you about all of that or you believing me about it. Anyway, I don't think you or your father are in the place to be asking me for any more money at the moment. no matter how much of an emergency it is. What? So you're really not going to pay that $30,000 that we need right now? Even when I'm stressed the hell out right now because of all this? Even if you tell me that you're that stressed out right now, you have nothing to do with me and the life I currently live. It's not even like you're related to me anymore either, since you were the one that asked me long ago to forget that you were ever my daughter. I know I said some things like that, but right now the situation in the family has changed. They've changed? How have they changed? I told you that I don't think of you as my daughter anymore, and as for your father, I definitely don't see him as family anymore and gave no interest in whatever's going on in his life. You don't have to be that cold about how you really feel about us, okay? Well, don't you feel like you were cold to me back in the day when speaking to me? Huh? Whatever did I do? Well, for starters, when I was worried about you right after the divorce, I tried texting and calling you, but you'd only ever reply by asking me to shut up and stay quiet. And since months went by of you never saying anything else to me, I gave up on you. It was after how cold you and your father were to me back then that I finally realized that you both really did not care about me being around you guys anymore. And back then, I'm sure we were a bit cold to you about things. But that was 3 years ago, and I never imagined that Dad would get into such a bad accident and end up needing an emergency surgery that costs this much. If it wasn't for his situation now, I really would not be talking to you now because I really do not need you in my life besides for money. Well, don't worry about explaining your actions to me, as I feel the same about you now. And that's why now, all we are to one another is complete strangers. Hence why I've said that I do not have any daughters. So tell me again what you want with me. If you don't have any other reason for talking to me right now besides wanting me to give you money for your crappy father, then I think we can stop talking to each other now. Hold your horses! I do not like hearing you say things like that about the both of us. So are you seriously planning to not pay for Dad's medical bills? This surgery could be the one thing saving him from dying after the injuries he sustained. Is that so? Well, that must be heartbreaking for you then. But let me be very clear that he has nothing to do with me and my life anymore. So I really do question what the hell you're going on about right now with everything you've said today. When you have a problem like that within your small family, then you guys have to figure something out on your own without getting complete strangers involved. Please and thank you. Huh? You're talking about your gosh dang ex-husband! Why are you acting like you never knew him right now? And how come you can't understand how much your daughter needs you to help her right now? You should be able to understand that when a couple has a divorce, they usually regard one another as strangers thereafter, right? That is such a far-fetched argument to make right now. A far-fetched argument? I'm just telling you what actually happens in a divorce, Lainey. And let me ask you this. Is you coming to me after years of never talking to me all just to tell me that your father was in an accident and needs money right now, not some form of you trying to scam me for my money? Did you really think you were going to get me to follow along with that story? I told you that I'm telling the dang truth. Nothing about this is a scam. Well, even if it's the truth, that has nothing to do with me. I am not in the mood to hand you guys any money, and I'm not even the one responsible for you two anymore. I've already gotten remarried now and have a family of my own that I'm very happy to be a part of. Do you think you could give me the relief of staying away from my new family and I now? Huh? You got remarried? I found myself a new man that loves me way more than your father ever did, and we are married now. And he brought along his kids with him, which I've grown to view as my own now. I have some very cute kids and a handsome and kind husband that makes up my warm and beautiful family now. What the actual hell? Do you really think now's the right time to be telling your actual daughter about something like that? The right time? You and your father are the ones that left me, so I don't care if now is a good time for you or not to be saying that. I think I have every right to say and do as I please now, since I have no ties to you guys. To be frank, I forgot about you and your father a few years ago besides having to pay child support. You guys wanted me to forget about the two of you, so of course I would forget that you guys ever existed. I am your frickin' daughter, you old hag! Yet you have the balls to tell me that you forgot about me? Well, you only ever called me an old hag, and so that made you look like garbage to me that I didn't need to remain in my life. I don't have the time for people like you to be my daughter after things like that. You have to be kidding me, right? Are you really telling me the truth right now? Of course I am. I have my own life now and a family of my own who all love me very much as their wife and mother. I have no interest in you and your father anymore, and you are both complete strangers to me, so you will not be getting any of that $30,000 from me. That man is nothing to me now. All he is a monster that cheated on me with another woman and wouldn't even pay me any sort of a settlement for that. And not just that, but also divorced me on my birthday while getting my daughter to believe that I was the problem and having me kicked out of the house for good and leaving me with nothing. And even after being kicked out of the family and the house, I was still asked to pay child support for you, and when I tried to have even a simple conversation with you, you'd call me an old hag and ask that I shut up. He cheated on you? Dad cheated on you? But I never heard anything about that happening either. And I told you why that would be. That man would never say anything to you that would make you rethink what he did to me and scare you away to my side. He made good use of you by getting full custody and then taking my money. I was really worried about you years ago when this all started, and that's why I would try and get a hold of you to tell you these things. But after time and time again of you telling me to shut up, I gave up on you for good. I was tired of trying to be a good mother to someone that only thought of me as an old hag and an idiot. Mom, just wait a second. Listen to me now. If you leave me with Dad and don't help us in any way, then what's going to happen to us? I'm going to most likely end up being on my own without him. It's disgusting to hear you call me Mom after all that time had passed, so can you just call me Anne from now on? And you'll end up on your own? You are close to being 20 years old now, so I'm sure you can make it on your own without Dad. You already know that what I've said to you is final and that you won't be getting any help from me, right? So trying to carry on this needless conversation is going to get you nowhere. All you are to me is a stranger, and I thought that's who I was to you. But with something like this going on with Dad right now, can't you just help me out this once? You don't have anything going on in your life right now that you need that money for. What the hell happened to you being the nice woman that I knew you as long ago? I can see you're beginning to get frustrated now, but you have really not begun to understand that I do not want anything to do with your father and you anymore. The whole reason this all ended up happening is because you and your dad told me to get lost and stay away forever. What? Are you really going to listen to what we told you so many years ago like that? Well, weren't you both the ones enforcing what you asked from me for years after the divorce took place? You and your nasty father were the ones that laid out the playing field for us, and all I could do was follow your guys' rules. If you still feel as though you can get me to come and help you after all that, then maybe you need to go and talk to your father first about everything. He'll tell you the same thing, and will most likely not even want my help. So, do you have anything else to say to me? Anything else to say to you? You're being a freaking witch right now! Well, if you have nothing else to say, then it's time for me to go. Wait, Mom! You're taking things way too far by saying you don't want to see me as your daughter anymore. I am asking you to please come and help me. I need your money. No. I will never talk with you ever again after this, no matter how much you think you can get away with asking me for money. You were an awful daughter, and need to understand that there's nothing you can do to change my mind about that. Now, goodbye forever. And if after today your life becomes a living hell, just know that you deserve every bit of it. Anne made it very clear to Lainey that day that she never wanted to talk to her again. In reality, Lainey was never there asking for money to help her father with his surgery in the first place, as her father was never in any accident and was not in need of any life-saving surgery. She had assumed that she could use her position as what she thought was Anne's daughter to beg for money during a fake time of need. Really, the only thing that Lainey needed that money for was to keep her from having to go out and work a real job to make income. But now that she wouldn't be getting anything, she will have to find a job just like everyone else. Luckily, Anne was never willing to fall for the lies that Lainey had tried getting her to fall for, and ended things between herself and her demented daughter once and for all. Now, Anne can really move forward from her sad past and look towards the future of being with her warm and caring family.
Hey, is it true that Julie's coming to visit us tomorrow? Why didn't you tell me sooner? She called me a few minutes ago, but I told her I didn't know anything.
Yeah, she's coming tomorrow. So what, is there a problem?
Yeah, there's a problem. Did you forget that you promised to take Mia to the zoo tomorrow? We already bought the tickets and everything. Does this mean that you're going to take Julie instead?
Why do I have to take her? You can take her yourself. I'm gonna stay at home with my sister tomorrow. She's my baby sister and she's pregnant. I don't have time to be going to the zoo when she's due to give birth. Don't waste my time with stupid stuff like that.
If she's due to give birth, then why don't you go and visit her instead? Why make her come all this way? If she's more important to you than your own daughter, then why don't you be a little bit more considerate about her condition?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Why should I go to her? She's coming to live with us.
Huh?
It's better for her and the baby if she gives birth in the suburbs rather than the city. So she's coming to stay with us until she finds a house here, so that she can raise the baby in a better environment.
Wait a minute. You never told me anything about that. She's coming to live with us from tomorrow and you're telling me now?
Why do I have to tell you? It's not like I need permission to let my little sister live with us. This is my house and I'll do what I want with it. I don't need you giving me your opinion.
Of course you do. I'm your wife and I live here too. You can't be serious if you think that you don't have to respect my wishes. You can't just decide things like this without me. We need to decide these things together like a family should.
Alright, so what? You're saying that Julie just shouldn't have her baby? That she should have an abortion? You're jealous because Julie's younger and prettier than you, and because everyone likes her and not you. So you want to deny her a place to stay? You should be ashamed of yourself, Hazel.
What? When did I even say that? Why would you even think that's how I feel about Julie? You've gone above twisting my words. All I said is that you should have let me know that you were planning on inviting your sister to stay with us and asked me how I feel about it. I think anyone would be angry if their husband or roommate suddenly invited someone to stay with them long term without telling them.
No, that's just you. You're being selfish. You're a woman, so you should understand prioritizing pregnant women. Why can't you just be a little more welcoming? I bet that you're the type of woman who complains when nobody gives up your seat in the transport when you're pregnant, but then never gives your own seat up, huh?
Where on earth did that come from? Are you seriously trying to lecture me about putting pregnant women first? You're not listening to me at all. If Julie's pregnant, then of course I'm wishing her a safe pregnancy and a happy new life with her baby. But this is completely different. You're talking about letting your sister live with us, but she's pretty much a stranger to me. I haven't spoken to her much and I've hardly ever met her.
Shut up! What's so different about it? You're jealous of her, so you're not happy to welcome her into our home? Fine. I've had enough. There's no point in talking to you about this. You know, this is why my family hates you. None of them like you, if you didn't notice. Maybe if you put a little more effort into being thoughtful and treating other people with a little more care, they'd be happy to accept you into our family. But this is what we get.
Oh, look who's talking. You don't care about how I feel about your little sister moving in. And about Mia being sad that you're not going to take her to the zoo. You don't know the first thing about treating other people with care. Anyway, what does it mean that James is going to live with us as well?
Of course he is. He's the baby's dad. Why would he come with her?
All right. Have you met him before?
I've never met him, but if Julie's decided to be with him, then that must mean he's a great guy. I trust her judgment completely. There's nothing to be worried about. We're lucky to be able to live with the both of them. You should be happy with my decision, too.
I haven't heard many good things about him from your parents, though. Are you really sure about letting him live with us? I get that you want to help your sister, but he's a complete stranger. You've got to think about this.
Do you really have to complain about every little thing I do? Why can't you just keep quiet and do as I say? Whatever. If you're not gonna accept that Julie and her husband are coming to live with us, then maybe you're the one who should leave.
What? You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not. Take Mia and get out of my house. That way you don't have to live with Julie and her husband. That's what you want, right? Go live somewhere else where you can do whatever you like, and I'll do what I like here. I don't want a jealous woman like you around bothering my little sister when she's trying to have a baby anyway.
Oh, wow. You're actually being serious.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm Julie's big brother. She's due to have a baby in a few weeks and she needs me. It's my job to be there for her when she needs me. No matter what, even if my own wife starts being self-centered and childish, I'm going to be there for my baby sister. You and Mia don't need me like my sister does, so you'll be fine by yourself, so get out! Get out for Julie's sake!
Is that all you've got to say to me?
Yeah, get out and live on the streets for all I care. Get out before you spread your germs to my precious little sister. You don't belong here anymore.
Hiya, Hazel. This is Julie. You know, Tim's little sister. Just to let you know, I decided that it would be best for me to come over today instead of tomorrow. Like, tomorrow's gonna be so hot, so... I'll see you tonight, okay? Great. What? You're coming over tonight? Yeah, we got on an earlier train because we found a cheaper ticket, and so, we got to the train station much faster. I'm totally tired out. So I was thinking, maybe you could prepare dinner for me and James. Oh, and make sure it's something really delicious. We'll be there in half an hour, so it would be great if dinner was ready as soon as we got in. No pressure or anything, just... I'm really hungry, and you don't want to upset me. I'm pregnant, you know? I'm, so emotional. You're gonna be here in half an hour? That's gonna be a little difficult, Julie. You should have warned me. Fine. Then I'll have a bath first, and then dinner after. Simple. Do you get it? You can cook something up while I'm having some me time. Now I've warned ya. Happy, miss, you should have warned me. Ugh, you're just so annoying. I'm hungry, so I'm not gonna wait any longer for you to get moving and work on dinner for me and James, okay? Okay. Hang on a minute. Can you listen to what I'm saying for once instead of deciding things on your own? I'm having dinner with Mia right now, and if you want a decent meal, I'm gonna have to go out and buy more ingredients. That's going to take a lot longer than you think. Are you serious? Don't you have anything? Oh my god, how useless can you get? Ugh. I wasn't expecting anyone, so I don't have anything right now. If you really want me to make something while you're in the bath, why don't you just buy some stuff from the supermarket on your way here? That way, you can choose what I make for you too, without me having to guess what you might want. Ugh, as if. You're gonna make me go and buy stuff for you? Don't you know that I'm pregnant? Why would you say something like that to me? You're so horrible. You mean buy stuff for yourself? I'm just asking you to buy the ingredients for the dinner you want me to make for you. I think that's only fair, especially since I didn't know you were coming to live with us until a few hours ago. Besides, you're coming with your husband, aren't you? You're not alone, so I can't imagine why it would be so hard to drop by the supermarket. It's not out of your way. Oh, wow.
now you're gonna try to use my husband as your slave. Oh my god, you're so much ruder than I thought you would be. I mean, I thought you would be happy that we were coming to live with you, but now? I've like seen your true colors. I can't believe you're this arrogant. Ugh. I am so not surprised that everyone hates you. Like, really hates you. You don't know how much our family hates you. They never wanted Tim to marry you, you know. Now I know why.
You're calling me arrogant? You and your brother are so alike. You don't realize when the things you say come bouncing back to you. Fine. Then how about I make something stir-fried? It's the quickest thing I can make with the stuff I've got in the fridge.
Really? You're gonna make something stir-fried? Yeah, it's quick, but it's like so poor. I want something healthy. I'm pregnant, you know? I need something good for this baby, not cheap. I'm coming all this way to stay with you guys, so why don't you get sushi or something? It's so much healthier and doesn't have as many calories too. I mean, I get that some people might not like sushi, but you should take care of your weight too. Like, you shouldn't just let go when you get married, right?
All right, then will you be satisfied if I order some sushi? I'll phone a place I know, so do you have anything in particular that you want?
Oh my god, sushi was just an example. You don't actually have to order sushi. Seriously, can't you, like, think for yourself? I thought you were a little smarter than that, Hazel. Oh, I know. I bet that you're really bad at your job, too. I'm right, aren't I? I'm always right.
Alright, well, I've thought about it, and I think sushi is the best way to go, so I'm gonna order sushi.
Ugh, you're really bad at this, aren't you? You can't even make one decision on your own. Can't you be a little more thoughtful? Just to warn you, James is really picky about his sushi, like, down to the last grain of rice picky. We only eat brown rice, and it's gotta have avocado and no cream cheese. If there's anything wrong with the sushi, James is gonna be, like, super mad. Like, totally out of his mind mad. You don't want to deal with James when he's angry, so I really suggest you take care not to annoy him. Especially since you're already annoying me, which is like, but I'm an angel.
Is that so?
Is that all you have to say? Ugh, you're so boring. Anyway, we'll be there soon, so have something ready for us, Kay? Oh, yeah, and don't forget to get the bath ready for me. I don't want to just soak in a dirty bath after you've used it, so make sure you give it a good clean. Like, a really good clean.
Can't you make her shut up? I'm getting a headache from all the noise. I'm trying to sleep over here, so get Mia to stop crying already.
Why do you think she's crying? She's upset that you're not going to take her to the zoo tomorrow, even though you promised you would take her out. It's the first time you've promised to have a full day with her, and she was really looking forward to it, so of course she'd start crying. Besides, I was the one that had to tell her because she was asking if Julie was going to come with us. Why don't you come out and apologize to her and explain why you're not going to take her to the zoo? I can't believe you. How can you sleep at a time like this?
Why should I care? I'm staying home with my little sister tomorrow, so you take her to the zoo instead. I don't get why I have to take her when you have time to take her yourself.
Because she wants to spend some time with you. She wants to have a fun day out with her daddy. If you don't understand that, then I'll leave, just like you told me to, and never come back. I'm going to give Mia the happiness she deserves. She doesn't deserve to be disappointed by you like this.
What? Are you actually being serious? You're gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm being serious. Why would I stay with a man that can't make some time for his own little girl? I don't want to see Mia crying like this anymore. It's best for her if she just forgets about you. I've already prepared the divorce papers, so make sure you sign them tomorrow morning before I leave with Mia. I'm not spending one more night at this house.
Do what you like, but I'm warning you, once you leave, you can't come back. I'm not helping you even if you come begging for me to take you back.
Sure, I'm absolutely fine with that. I hope you understand that the same goes for you too. No matter what happens with those two, don't come crawling to me. I hope you get on well with your new roommates.
Yeah, I will. It's my first time meeting James, but he really is a nice guy. I think we'll all get along just fine. He can hold his liquor, and we have the same interests too. I think I'm gonna have a lot more fun living with these two than I ever did with you and Mia. You and Mia will just get in the way here, so you're right. It's best that you leave and never come back.
That's what I was planning to do. So, you accept the divorce?
Yeah, it's the best idea you've ever had. Hey, Hazel, you can come back now.
Excuse me?
You've had plenty of time to reflect on what you did, so I'll let you come back if you apologize to me and my sister.
I'm sorry, what? What do I have to apologize for? You really think I'm coming back? That's hilarious. I don't have any intention on getting back together with you. Mia and I are so much happier without you.
What? But you were the one who was asking me if I was being serious when I told you to leave. Now I'm saying that you can come back, so you should be happy.
I was shocked that you told me to leave, but once I saw how upset Mia was about the zoo, I decided for myself that it was best that we leave, and that hasn't changed. If anything, I was happy that I was given the chance. I feel so much better now that we're away from you, and Mia no longer has to get her heart broken by you. And it's the best thing I ever did. I managed to get away from a self-centered ass like you and away from that childish, selfish bully of a little sister. I still don't even know what kind of person that James guy is, but I could sense that he was troubled the second he walked through our door. It was the right choice for me to separate you and those two from Mia. I don't know what might have happened to her if we stayed with you.
Hey, you don't want to go that far. Don't insult me just because you found an apartment out of state and think you're safe. Don't get ahead of yourself, Hazel. Anyway, I'll forget what you said, so just hurry and come back. You're lucky I'm even giving you this chance.
I'm not coming back, Tim. There's nothing you can say to convince me to get back together with you. Anyway, why are you so bent on getting me back? You're the one that wanted me out and wanted to live with your little sister. What changed?
I don't have any money, so please come back. I've told you the truth, so will you just come back? How much more do you want me to beg?
You want me to come back because you don't have any money? You've got to be joking. Why should I care about your financial situation? We're not married anymore. Deal with it yourself.
It's not my fault. Julie and James were supposed to pitch in with the bills and stuff. That's what we decided when they moved in. But it's just that, well, James wasn't so happy with that idea.
Huh, I knew it. Do you remember me asking you if you had met him before you offered to let him live with us? But you said that you trusted Julie's judgment, remember? I knew that he wasn't the type to go out and work for himself. He's much too arrogant and too aggressive to be able to cooperate in a work environment.
I know I was stupid. I wanted to hit myself for not realizing what kind of guy he was sooner. I really do regret letting him stay with us. But that's why I'm asking you for help. Why can't you understand that?
So, What kind of person did he turn out to be?
In the beginning, he was a great guy, friendly, generous. He was kind of rough and brutish, but he didn't seem like a bad guy. He was growing on me. But the more time passed, the more he changed, or the more that he was acting like his usual self more like. He was talking down to me a lot and spending most of his time sleeping around the house. I was kind of getting really scared of him.
Oh, really?
But that was still, I could overlook that. It's just recently he's been bringing his friends around without telling me. It's some really big, strong-looking guys. I met some of them when I came home from work the other day, and I found out that he's part of a gang. They've been coming and going whenever they want because James gave them a spare key to the house. He made the keys without even asking me. The house has become their base of operations or something. There's always someone here.
He's part of a gang? Well, I'm not surprised.
Listen to me, Hazel. I tried to get away in the middle of the night. I planned it and everything. I worked out what times that James would definitely be sleeping, but he found me. I was so scared that he might do something to me, but he told me that I had to fund their activities if I wanted to be forgiven. They're watching me day and night so that I can't escape. I don't know what to do. I don't have the kind of money that they're asking for. How's Julie doing? Does she know what's happening? She's working with them! She's threatening me for money too! They were planning on doing this all along. She told me that the only reason she wanted to live with me was because she needed money. They've taken over the house. You've got to help me. I can't handle living with this anymore.
I don't have any obligation to help you. Especially not after what I've had to suffer with you. I don't have any intention of giving you any money just so you can hand it over to Julie and her husband. You've got to do something about it by yourself. You were saying that you would do anything for your precious little sister, remember? That's why you told us to get out. So, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Well, yeah, I said that, but I didn't know what she was up to. I wouldn't have said that if I knew that she was gonna try and use me for money.
Why should I care? We're strangers now. I don't have to help you. You're the one that told me not to come begging for help once I left. I have to prioritize Mia and her happiness, so I'm not going to help you when it's obvious that they're just going to keep asking you for money. I don't want you calling me anymore, do you understand? You don't have any right to bother me.
Hey, wait a second, just hear me out! Please, you've got to lend me some money, just a couple $100.
No way! Use your own money, or find a way to earn more.
Julie's pregnant. Can you really ignore us when we're in trouble? How heartless can you be? It's not the baby's fault that Julie and James can't earn any money for themselves. Don't you feel sorry for the baby? It's gonna be born into a house that's been taken over by some gang. I'm only staying so I can help the baby. It doesn't deserve to live like this. Only we can help the baby, so lend me some money, Hazel.
How do you plan on saving a baby that doesn't even exist?
What are you talking about? Of course it exists. It's gonna be born soon. It's gonna need me to save it.
But Julie's not pregnant, is she?
What?
I knew from the beginning. You must have thought that you had me deceived, but I knew. A few days before she moved to our place, I saw her. I happened to see her in town when I was shopping, and she was not pregnant. She didn't have a baby bump. But that same week, you told me that she was due to have a baby in a few weeks. It sounded fishy, and I thought you were being ridiculous on purpose.
You mean you couldn't see her baby bump because she was wearing baggy clothing, right?
No, I mean, she didn't have a bump. The clothes she was wearing showed that she had a very slender waist. It was just a few days before she came to our house, so she should have had a pretty major bump, but she didn't. Besides, no matter how baggy the clothes are, you can't completely hide a bump when you move around. And I don't know if you've forgotten, but I've been pregnant before. When she came to our house, she had a cushion or something stuffed down her shirt. It was so obvious that it wasn't a real baby bump. I guess she doesn't understand yet that babies are actually pretty heavy when they're in your stomach. I knew that they were up to no good when they came, and I knew that you were cooperating with them to get me and Mia out of the house.
I can't believe you. You actually knew? Yeah, that's what we were planning in the beginning. I thought up a way to get you to leave with Julie and James, and we were gonna work together. We were gonna start a company together from this house. I thought that we were all going to make an effort to earn money to start that company, but everything changed.
That's how they convinced you to let them live with you? It's hilarious that you managed to get tricked by that.
After you left, they completely changed. They started spending more time in the house with their friends while I went to work to earn money. Then they started asking me for money, and they didn't put any money into the house. I've been surrounded by gang members, people that I don't know for the past few weeks. They're always watching me, making sure that I go back home and go to work. They've taken over my bank account.
But that's all your own fault. I told you to rethink letting them stay with us. Anyway, I've had enough of hearing about your sob story. The only thing I've got to say is that I told you so. Goodbye, Tim!
What? Wait a minute, you can't be serious! Hazel, please answer the phone just this once. I need to talk to you. Please, I don't have anywhere else to turn. No one else will help me.
Sure, I'll listen. But I'm only doing it to laugh at how stupid you were. Don't expect anything else.
Really? Finally. The truth is I managed to get out of the house and I'm on the run right now. But there are some guys after me. You've got to hide me at your house.
You're being dramatic, Tim. But Mia's here, so I can't let you in if you got some gang members after you. I'm not risking Mia's safety for you. I'm not giving you our address.
I'm not being dramatic, it's true. I've got proof of the illegal stuff that they've been doing. I found something a few days ago and managed to smuggle it out. They've been using that house as a base for their crimes. They've been selling some stuff.
Whatever, I don't want to know. Why don't you go to the police? You can get them out of your house by having them arrested. If you've got proof, then it'll be easy.
I'm an accomplice and I'll be arrested with them. How can I get rid of them without going to jail? No, I already know how I'm going to use this as evidence, okay? I'll use it to make a deal with them. They won't be able to say no to anything I have to offer. That's why I need you to let me stay with you, so that I can have more time to prepare before I make my deal with them. Please, otherwise they'll catch me before I can fight back.
Fine. Then come to the address I'm going to send to you.
Hazel, thank you. I owe you a lot. I am so lucky having you. Hey, what are you doing? Why did you run away? Hey, give me back those documents! I need them to make my deal with the gang! Give them back! What are you planning to do with them?
I'm going to take this to the police. If I do that, you, Julie, and James will all be arrested, and I won't have to worry about anything. Mia and I will live happily ever after.
Are you gonna betray me?
You're the one that betrayed me first. Don't you understand that? Maybe you should put a little more effort into being thoughtful and treating other people with a little more care. If you did that, then maybe people would be more willing to offer you a helping hand. After that, I took the documents I had stolen from Tim to the police and helped them with their investigation. The documents provided the police with evidence that the gang Julie and James were involved with were linked to all sorts of fraud and cons that had been committed in the area. Julie, James, and Tim, as well as a few dozen other gang members, were all arrested in the days following. Everyone, excluding Tim, had been charged with other offenses, so they were all dealt jail sentences almost immediately. Tim was given a suspended sentence of a couple of years, but ended up going to prison anyway. As for me, I regained the rights to the house I had been forced out of and decided to renovate it before putting it on the market. Once Tim was out of prison, he didn't have any money or a place to stay. He couldn't return to the old lifestyle he used to enjoy and had to work day and night to return the money he owed. But he soon lost hope in working like an honest person and started gambling, betting the little money he had on making a fortune. He ended up addicted and began to commit crimes to fund his gambling. I don't know exactly what for, but I hear that he's back in jail. Mia and I are living peacefully in a new home in a new neighborhood using the money I got from selling the old house. I've learned an important lesson about choosing wisely when I pick who to be friends with and who to spend the rest of my life with. And I hope that I can continue to protect and raise Mia into a good person and teach her how to choose honest, trustworthy people as her friends as well.
Old woman, I think I'm going to be cutting ties to you now.
Huh? What are you going on about now? Did something happen to you, Hope?
This isn't about what's happened to me, Mom. This is about keeping things from ever having to happen. And that's why I no longer want anything to do with you. I'm going to get married, so I have a new life coming to me.
Oh, is that right? Congratulations, Hope. It makes me so happy inside to hear that my own little baby is finally going to be getting married. That's just so wonderful for you, as the man you're with right now seems like a true gentleman. So I can see you both being really happy with one another forever.
Well, all he really is a nice man that happens to have a lot of money to his name.
Huh?
His looks aren't all that good, so I'd have to say that he'd be a 4 out of 10 if not for that wealth. But because of all that money I've seen on him, he's a 10 out of 10. So that's why, after we have our wedding, I can give up on having to work any lousy jobs anymore and be a stay-at-home wife. All of the most relaxing life ever being his housewife. I'm so glad to see that I won't have to walk the same path that my poor and depressing mom has had to go down.
Wait, what you said just then is a bit too rude, right? That just made me feel a little sad inside, Hope. I've been doing a wonderful job as a mother, raising both you and your older brother without a man to help me out. So are you trying to say to me that you don't feel any kind of thanks towards what I've done for you?
Thanks towards you, huh? All I've been thinking about is how I'm finally going to have the chance to cut ties to my low-life mother. I don't feel any form of thanks, and all I want to feel is the loss of my mother. I'm not even able to rely on you for anything anymore, and that means I don't want you asking me for anything.
Are you actually being serious about cutting ties to me? You think that just because you're going to be married, you can just cut off your own mom? Or are you really trying to say that you don't give a crap about me as your mom?
You already know the answer to those questions. I really don't care for you at all, and I just can't stand being around you anymore. All you're doing by being my mother now is staining my image.
I can understand you forgetting a lot of the sacrifices I've had to make birthing and raising you when you were younger. But you saying all these really hurtful things to me now when you're supposed to be acting like an adult is just heart-wrenching.
I never needed you to sacrifice anything for me back then, Mom. By the way, you're getting into your 50s now, yet you're still working as a traffic conductor? Aren't you embarrassed to be standing on the streets all day working at your age? It even makes me feel embarrassed knowing that you're out there doing such a sickening job at your age.
I don't feel any kind of embarrassment from what I do. I actually happen to really enjoy the job and am confident in it. I get that there are times where the work can be tough for me considering I'm getting old, but I still find it a good job. I put my all into this work, and I don't want to be called a lowlife for working a job like this.
That kind of thinking is so gross, and it's making me want to vomit even. I'll make it very clear to you right now that I don't want a lowlife woman like you coming to my wedding.
You don't even want me at your wedding? You're telling me that you're going to cut ties to me and that you don't want me at your wedding. Are you trying to make your own mother cry? Have you even had a chance to think about how your words might be hurting me?
I'm telling you that I can't deal with some traffic conductor or whatever you are showing up in my life anymore. I was lucky that my brother ended up showing me to one of his friends that then ended up being my soon-to-be husband. And now I'll be able to be treated well for the rest of my life. The man I'm marrying's parents run their own company. And right now, they are talking about giving the company to him soon, and that'll mean I get to be the wife of a CEO.
And I think that's very good news for you. But does that give you any reason to be talking poorly about me? I'm your mom after all, and I should be treated with way more respect than this.
I'm seen as being a perfect match for my man's family, and having someone like you still tied to me is just awful. I didn't even bother asking you to come and meet his parents when we all got together.
What? Has all of that already happened then?
It sure has, Mom. But we had no desire of you coming along to see them. And I mean, I'm going to be cutting ties to you anyway, so it's not like you really need to see them.
You have to stop talking about wanting to cut ties to me, okay? Why would anyone do that to their mother when nothing's ever happened to warrant such a choice? You think that just because your man has money and because you think I'm some kind of lost cause, you can cut ties to me? Don't you feel terrible saying such things to your mom?
I've been telling you how I feel about all of this pretty clearly, right? I don't even want a lowlife like you coming to my wedding to see us. And after the wedding, I'm cutting ties to you, and so is the rest of his family. You can go run off somewhere and live by yourself, you lost cause of an old traffic conductor.
If you're going to keep it up with all of those heartless phrases, then I think I'm going to reach my breaking point, Hope. So are you really telling me that this is what you're wanting to say to me?
You already know that I'm wanting to say all of this. I do not want anything to do with a lowlife old woman. And the moment that I marry and have my wedding, things between us will be over. So just stay away from my wedding, would ya?
Are you really okay with this?
You're starting to get on my nerves here. How many more times are you going to ask me if I'm okay with what I've said? If an old hag like you, who doesn't even work a needed job, comes to my wedding, you'll embarrass us all. And beware that there won't even be a seat for you at our very luxurious wedding.
All right then. I won't go.
And don't forget that after, we are going to be no more.
You're asking me to not come to your wedding, so don't even worry about me being around you anymore. But you're the one asking for us to cut ties, so I'll make sure of that. Hope, are you really certain about this? You're fine with losing me as your mom?
I have told you already that of course I'm certain. I'll finally be able to live the life of my dreams now that you're no longer holding me back.
Well, that's just wonderful. Then you go right ahead and live that life you've always dreamed of. I can see you care about nothing regarding all the blood and sweat I've given for you. And so I'll do the same with you, and forget about you ever being my sweet little girl. This'll be horrible. Goodbye forever then, Hope. Make sure you never come back asking for my help, okay?
Who would ask you for anything? I should be saying that to you, you lowlife.
I recommend that from now on you don't call a stranger something like that, as it's not good manners. But it's not like you'll be talking to me anymore anyway, right? What do you want with me?
Mom! Are you able to come to the wedding right now?
I don't remember having a daughter named Hope in my family, so can you please tell me again what you want with me?
You don't have to keep acting like that anymore. Your daughter is in a bit of a tough spot right now, so can you come? Hurry up and get here, please. To my wedding.
Before you were telling me not to come to your wedding and that both you and I were no longer family, right? So I'm only doing as you've asked from me, and there shouldn't be any complaints about that, right?
I told you that you can forget about all of that now. I'm sorry that I happened to talk a little too much with you last time. But today is the day of my wedding, okay? You have to be here for your daughter's wedding.
Listen, Hope, you need to cut the crap right now. I no longer think of you as my daughter anymore, and that means I'm not going to go to your wedding. So now tell me why you're even bothering to text me in the first place right now.
The reason is that my husband's family is all upset with me right now because you never showed up to my wedding. I'm not sure why they would care at all about you being here or not, but they're telling me that if you don't come, they're not going to let the wedding happen.
And that would be right of them. A long while back, I was the one that saved your husband's father from a terrible car accident. And the only reason you're getting married to his son now is because of me. I was the one that thought his son would be a perfect match for what was my cute little daughter.
Huh? What are you going on about? What story is that? I heard that he was introduced to me by my brother.
I know that already. But we only said all of that so that you didn't feel like you were being forced to date him by your mother. We decided it was better to have your older brother say he was a friend of his in order to keep all of that under wraps for a while. You're the only one that's believed that this whole time, while everyone else knows that I was the one that recommended you to his son. Normally, they would have never let someone like you, who never had any accomplishments in or after school, or ever worked a proper job before, marry their son. But because I told them that you were a wonderful daughter and that you'd be just like me, a selfless and family-focused woman, they agreed to let their son meet you.
What? So you're telling me this is all because of you that I'm finally with someone who's going to marry me?
That's right, Hope. But I know that you won't ever believe what I'm saying here. And you probably can't even imagine something like this ever happening to you.
Well, I never knew about this before. Why didn't anyone tell me something like this happened?
You never really cared to listen to anything I've told you in the past 5 years, so why waste my time talking to you about it when someone else could? I knew you'd never listen, and that's why I just let you be.
Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't have ever listened to what you had to say about it. But it doesn't matter now. I understand what's happened. Now, can you come here and see us? I'm telling you, it's all right to come to my wedding now.
Why are you asking me that like everything's all fine and dandy now?
Huh?
You are no longer my child, and I'm not your mother. So it's not happening. I seriously never thought that my own daughter would be as bad as you. Someone that looks down on others for the work they do when you don't even have a proper job of your own. You were never this ruthless when you were a little girl, Hope. But you are just so screwed up now that I can't handle talking to you about anything anymore.
Hold on a second, Mom. Can you calm down a little? What the hell are you trying to say to me right now? Are you actually still upset with me after what happened a while ago?
It's not that I'm upset with you about it. Rather, I've just had enough of you and your selfish attitude. You act like a total witch who doesn't give a care in the world for anyone besides herself and will only want me around when she needs me. I've been the one to raise you for more than 20 years now, Hope. Yet you haven't shown me any ounce of gratitude for any of the effort I put into you. All you have to show for my effort now is saying you want to cut ties to me because you found yourself a man with lots of money. That is so messed up that I cannot even believe what I've heard from you still.
I'm sorry. I suppose I did go a little too far by saying that. But I never said any of that to you with the means of hurting you. I'm sorry that I got a little carried away and said some rude things.
It's too late now to apologize to me for any of that. I no longer want to think of you as a part of my family anymore. And after today, I promise you that I'm never going to have anything to do with you again.
What? Are you for real? Don't say such hurtful things like that to me. If you don't come and see my wedding, there will be no more wedding for us to be at. That will really make things bad for my situation.
Why do you think I care about your situation?
Well, because if your daughter is in a bad situation, you'll feel bad for me as well, right? So that's why you need to hurry up and get over here. You don't want for your daughter's wedding to be canceled because you didn't show, right?
I don't care what happens to your wedding, actually. And can you stop it with calling yourself my daughter and things like that? You are not my daughter and never have been.
What? You're going to be that mean to me now?
Who was the one that started all of this by being so mean to me? I forgot, but wasn't it you that's been a little witch to me for a long time now? At first I thought you were just having a couple of bad days, and that's why I never bothered to ask what was wrong. But even after graduating from high school, you've been very rude to me and given me the cold shoulder. And the fact that I still cared for you even after you turned 18 with no thanks in return was embarrassing for me. I really was a bad mother for doing that for you. But it's been because of me being a bad mother to you that you were able to get married to that man. This low-life mother of yours happened to save someone's life and in return give you a chance at having a husband.
Are you really that mad at me for calling you a lowlife? I get it, Mom, and I'm sorry that I said such a thing about you. How many more times do you want me to say I'm sorry for all of that? I never said any of that to put you in a bad mood or anything, okay?
Then why were you saying such hurtful things like that to me? My whole life I've gone on hearing all sorts of hurtful things from people. But what you were saying about me was the worst I've ever had the misfortune of hearing. But it's not like I care anymore about all of that because you're no longer my daughter.
I told you not to say that about me. I'm still your daughter, right? You shouldn't even be trying to ruin your own daughter's wedding right now because that's not what moms do. You get what I'm saying to you, right?
I have no idea what you keep going on about. And I don't care to understand. If you think you can be married to him without my help, then go ahead. But just know that I'm not there to help you anymore. I want to become a complete stranger to you now. And I've already moved back to my parents' house.
What? You moved back there?
So, that means if there is a chance that your husband does throw you out, you won't have anywhere to run home to. And don't forget that your brother is also upset with you.
He's mad at me now, too?
He has no plans of coming to your wedding now either. And he doesn't plan to hang out with you anymore, the same as me.
So not only are you mad at me, but he is as well? I never even did anything that bad besides say a few rude words, right?
You might think that what you did doesn't mean much to anyone, but you ended up doing something that will end up even hurting those that are strangers to you. Now, if you understand what I've meant, can you please leave me alone?
I do understand you, Mom, and right now I feel so sorry for what I've done and want to fix all of this. So can you please come here and help my wedding get moving? Please, Mom. I know that I screwed up by saying what I said to you, and I promise that I'll never call you a lowlife or anything close to that ever again.
It's too late for that, Hope. If you've really learned that what you've done is wrong, then use your new understanding to do better after all of this. I know that you don't have a family anymore, but I'm sure there will be someone in your future willing to be around you, as long as you have learned from this.
What? Are you really planning on just disowning your own daughter like this?
How many times are you going to ask me if I'm being serious about this? You were the one that asked for this, so you should be thrilled that I'm gone now. So leave me alone, please. I told you never to ask me for anything, right? Goodbye forever now. It would be a miracle if your wedding was still to happen after this. In the end, the wedding that Hope was supposed to have with her husband was canceled, and that completely sent her into a deep depression. And following that, her marriage fell apart as well with her husband, and she lost the right to ever go into his house. Not only did she lose her husband, but her brother and her mother as well. And that left Hope with very little hope in the end. Her mom did as she had asked and cut ties to Hope completely, and then went and apologized to the family of the groom. And as a gift of good standing between the two families, they ended up giving her a new job within their company, where she'd be able to retire in a few years with a nice package. So she ended up ending things with a lovely life, where she could feel safe living alone in her house. Where someone like Hope ended up losing all her family and was with nothing more than the clothes on her back in the open road. In other words, she's homeless and without money. It's safe to say that things you should never say to your family should definitely never be said to any strangers either. But Hope went against that, and this is her outcome.